So that happened.
That happened.
I mean, drama is great and everything.
Right.
But we didn't need to actually go to the Nutcracker. You know?
Right.
Like, that's...
Like, as a performance goes, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's high up there,
but the forced blood cannibalism, you know, kind
of... you gotta get that shot with the swallowing.
I see. That's the money shot, basically.
God. Oh, boy.
Hell yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, guys.
So,
good to see y'all.
Attack on Titan. Should we talk about it? Maybe a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit. You know,
I mean, not much happened this episode.
I mean, at least not for Reiner.
Oh no, a lot happened for Reiner.
But
that's
boy
another
has
time.
to get up and fight again.
Yep.
Goddamn walls.
Like we could practically have the one EPO ED start playing. I get up again
with my wounded
mind.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Aaron swallows. Yeah.
He does indeed.
Oh my God, guys.
Uh-huh.
So, how'd y'all like it?
Yeah. Did you find it at least mildly entertaining?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Like, are you thinking back to Gross's speech and him staring at the camera and being like, "Oh shit! Wait, hold on. Wait
you
just
like
a second,
this, don't you? You need this."
We do. We do.
Aaron drinking that game. Oh, Zenomax. Why? Oh God.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But yeah. Aaron also has the Warhammer Titan now. I'm sure that's not a big deal or anything.
No.
Like, it's not like it was just shown to go all unlimited blade works and shit. It's not like the one thing that held it back was stamina, and Aaron was just all like, "No, yeah, I got plenty of stamina. Let me just do a third full transformation. I could probably do more, you know."
Right.
You know.
In my mind, the way that Aaron kind of did his third one gave me the vibe of him being like, okay, so I'm at 7 now, right? Okay, so 3 is I'm starting to get to 50%.
I'm about to get to halfway,
right?
You know?
Right. But that might be just my, like, well, the number of max transformations can't be that big, right? We're not going into double digits where it doesn't even really matter at that point.
Like, instead of seconds, it's just transformations.
It's just transformations, yeah.
Yep.
Just over and over and over again. Gabby and Falco's VA was so good. Yes, their voice acting was
incredible.
Incredibly good.
Yep.
I am so happy that we got that super in like other anime. It's a very cheesy cliche, but the Tasukete!
God. Favorite Tasukete in an anime ever.
So good.
Like, that was so good. And I love how conflicted the feelings are surrounding it.
Right?
For so many different reasons. Because usually the Tasukete is the part where everything gets the most simple, right?
Sure.
Just go in and save them. Beat the bad guy and do the thing.
Yeah.
Be the hero.
Protagonist.
Exactly.
The bad guy.
Yeah, but they're saying it, save us from the protagonist.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
No big deal.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Why not? Oh my gosh, thank you all for the bits coming in here with that.
Yes,
Thank you so much for that. We've got Sleggy with the Twitch Prime for 2 months. Thank you so much. We've got Super Train Station H, the 100 bits. You want to read this one? It said, It said anime only on it or
Everything
something.
anime only saw yesterday was doled out to us manga readers over the course of 3 months.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know how we survived. Yep.
Oh.
That is one of the things that will just forever blow me away, is what this all feels like when it's just compacted and shipped, right? Because
is it everything you expected?
So
you're really waiting on this one.
I'm trying to figure out how to properly say
no.
that it surpassed my expectations.
Okay, it surpassed his expectations.
So yes and more.
Oh, okay. Bayanort with the tier 1 sub for 15 months. This week we're starting finals, so I wish myself and everyone else luck. Oh, okay? Good luck, friend.
Good luck.
Zaldrix with the 100 bits. Petition, rename the podcast to Reiner Stan Club.
I mean, that would be accurate.
It would be accurate for at least the next, 10 weeks or so? Something like that.
9 now.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Or wait, no. Yeah, 9. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Eren has been able to transform 3 times since the start of season 3.
No.
Transformed twice in season 3, part 2. This is the first time when his third Titan was usable in combat.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, he has transformed twice, and that was in
a row.
No, it
In
wasn't
the same day.
Yes, it was in a row. It was when he did the decoy, and then he did the hardening on the wall in the battle with Bert and stuff. Mm-hmm. That was the whole ploy. That's how basically he was able to juke him into keeping the steam up.
Right.
And then he ended up basically sneaking back around and cutting Bert out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm tracking.
Yeah.
I'm tracking.
Oh boy.
But yeah, guys, season 4, war.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Na 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 na.
Oh boy.
So let's go through the list here. Let's go through the list. Warhammer's dead.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Drank gargled up by Eren.
Uh-huh.
So Eren has 3 Titans now.
Yes.
Let's just settle on that for a second.
Like when he
Our
showed up.
protagonist is he's breaking the rules of anime. Yeah, he's breaking the rules of anime fusion by having it be more than 2.
Yeah.
And he's also literally kind of Thanosing it up, the Infinity Stones.
Collecting the God Rocks and everything. And if not for Reiner showing up, there would have been a 4th one. Now, not nearly as impressive as Warhammer, granted, but
still, maybe then our boy would have gotten some leg muscles and he could jump around.
Possibly.
God, can you imagine Eren jumping around?
Yeah, being fast,
he's faster than most of the Titans.
Yeah, but
easily half of them.
Porco was still able to outmaneuver him, no problem.
Well, yes, because he's the fastest Titan for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like Annie's Titan is probably the only other one faster than him.
Probably. Yeah.
Cart Titan, no.
Nah.
No, Cart Titan is kind of faster,
no.
But it's not
maybe in like a straight one direction kind of
Right, but the issue is that it's just smaller, so its strides aren't going to necessarily go as
as far
that way. Yeah, that's true. Yes, we know Colossal Titan is slow, and then by extension, the Beast Titan being bigger and also really girthy around the belly is probably not fast in the slightest bit.
Oh, yes, that's right. If Eren ate Porco, he could eat Annie. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, what would, like, the Attack Titan with, like a jaw, like a full-on, like, teeth and like hardened and everything. That would be pretty crazy. So is that like where the story is headed? Just Eren eats everyone? Like that's just
who knows?
Eats all the Titans, you know? Because I could see very much him eating Zeke at some point in the future and gaining the Beast Titan. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially since I have a very like specific theory regarding Zeke's whole thing this episode.
Well, if that did happen, just picture it. Eren lets out a scream and a bunch of people turn into Titans. Like, think about that.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. The really terrifying thing about Eren is not him turning people into Titans. It's him having control over all Titans.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's way scarier than
definitely.
Oh yeah, Eldians, you get turned into to
Titans. It's more like what if somehow through some means.
Yes, exactly. The thing that they're the most afraid of right now could actually just happen. So we now have Reiner waking up in the same way that Eren was kind of woken up to help them in
by
the
Armin.
Stuff with
Trost.
And
also kind of the finale,
yeah,
even though that was more Eren's just own rage and all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it was powerful, and then it was being done by Gabby and Falco, our two protagonists, if you will, on the Marley side of things. If we're not counting Reiner, because Reiner is kind of the how do you say it? He's like the senpai to their Kohai,
Yeah,
he's not the main character. Because
but he kind of is.
Well, okay. I know why you're saying that, but the idea is Reiner isn't. How how do I say this?
He's not.
Reiner doesn't have a lot of future potential, sadly. I mean, like, Reiner's the one that needs to come to a place of balance and understanding with himself.
Mm-hmm.
Falco and Gabby are the ones going on the coming of age arc.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
that's
the
true.
ones that are going to grow up.
Right.
Now, the story might be over before they can grow up. So,
It definitely could be.
you know, but I have high hopes for Falco though. I have very, very high hopes for Falco because one, he was the first thing we saw this season. First person we saw this season.
That is true.
And he's very heavily featured in the ED. And then of course, just in general, he has the Paths connection moment in episode 1 as well.
Right. Yeah, the whole thing of the swords and killing Titans and
LDM kind of thing there. So he's probably going to turn into a Titan at some point. The voice acting of Gabby and Falco, we'll get into that for sure. But let's do our classic style here and go through the deep dive of this episode. We've got our images that we're going to have referencing the footage, and then we'll go into little discussion bits, bit by bit. If you want to chat with us regarding the whole thing there, just remember, keep it spoiler-free. Jacob will ban you if you are being bad, and we have moderator support as well in that regard. So thank you for that, Zaldrix. Appreciate it. So let's get this set up here. Okay. Jacob, what was your favorite moment to see adapted or something like that?
Oh, I mean, there's no contest.
Really?
No,
what is it?
no contest at all. Tasquete. Because so
not a visual thing.
No, not a visual thing. Because the visuals are fantastic, right? And seeing everything in motion was incredible, right? I loved the way they lingered on that shot of Eren just holding Porco with Lara up above. Lara?
Right.
Yeah. The Warhammer up above and just ready for that sweet, spinal fluid, blood, all of that stuff, right? It was terrifying, right? But that's something that translates pretty easily from the manga to the anime, you know? So, bits like Jean's ODM gear skills and things like that. It's like, yes, that's wonderful to see, but I know that's going to be awesome.
Okay.
But the voice acting for Gabby and Falco when they're screaming out to Reiner to save them, hands down my favorite part from this episode.
Okay.
Potentially my favorite part so far from the season. I'm not sure.
More than the handshake, the conversation with Reiner?
I really like Reiner as a character. I really love what they've done with him in this arc and in this season. So that moment was like, oh my God. But I'm not sure. It might be recency bias.
And then Armin too, the Crimson King?
No, I know. Right.
All right.
But okay, this is so maybe this is why. The whole bit with Reiner and the Tasquete, that was a surprise to me, right? Given everything that was happening, right? In the manga and everything, right? Because Armin being Colossal Titan, that has to happen at some point, right? Eren just wrecking shit, it's awesome. The fact that it works out this well, not necessarily expected, but if he's here, he's got to have a plan. He's got to do well on, he's not just going to fail horribly, right?
Okay.
And the tonal shift with Eren, of course, I love that. That's one of my other favorite bits about this segment of the story, but it's hard to narrow that down to a specific moment, I feel like. Reiner coming to save his kids when all hope is lost because the protagonist's after them.
Yeah.
And they scream out to him when he just wants to sleep.
Yeah. Well, die.
And, yeah.
But yeah.
And
I'll say sleep for...
He can't be done quite yet.
No.
And so he rises like a titan from the ground, for potentially his final battle.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. What's not to like?
First surprise this episode.
Yes.
Peak is here. She's here quickly. And her Panzer unit and her are devastatingly effective.
Yep.
At carving up the scouts.
Yeah.
Not even close how effective Peak was here comparatively to every other Titan that's on the Marleyan side here.
Yep. And I love that
it's amazing talk about it here.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Let's get into it.
One of the things that I love about this is that this is with the high caliber machine guns. So, one, it makes things probably a little bit easier for the people creating the visuals in that you can just have them get turned to explosions of blood, right?
Yeah.
But it also just like communicated just how brutal this was, right? Because you're having Titans and humans fighting and things like that, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But these humans aren't used to fighting people with machine guns.
Yep.
That's not something their technology isn't designed for that. Their training didn't prepare them for that, right? And oh, by the way, these are in a mobile armored thing. Like they're basically a Titan tank, right? with just there being a weakness that it is an actual Titan, not an actual tank, right?
With the mobility bonus of it being a Titan,
so it can go on buildings and stuff, right?
But then the also positive that it is an anti-personnel unit, not an anti-tank kind of thing. So Peak actually is carrying them, and joke intended there was Foey Bones, but let's be real, Peak was probably carrying Marley for like a decade with all the wars. I really think that this is an instance where, just saying, just in terms of this engagement, Peak does actually more. Yeah. Porco did a bit, and Porco just got a little bit unlucky regarding like a couple things going
just badly for him.
Against him.
Like bad draft, basically, bad matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, but also I think because he wasn't necessarily able to rely on a certain member of their crew.
Oh, I was gonna say because he got rash, but yeah.
Well, that
but like this is the whole thing of the humans of Paradis are trained to fight Titans. And that's something that surprised Porco and a lot of them.
Just for my own sanity, is it parody or Paradis?
I think it's one of those things where it's Paradis, but it's derived from the parody. So it's I don't know.
I just know that y'all will tell me the correct pronunciation for that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be inconsistent and do both.
I've always said Paradis, so I don't know. But this is them showing how, Marley's side, they train to fight people.
Okay.
Like, that's what they specialize in.
Yeah.
So, now...
It's silent. Okay.
Okay, parody. That sounds like parody, though. Like,
it is, yeah. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah. No. Like, parody, like, comedy.
Yes,
like,
I know. I'm saying
I know.
It is that.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's okay.
But just the whole idea that now, so when Peak shows up in the Cart Titan with her, 4 different zones of fire machine gun turrets, of course they're screwed. Of course they are, right? What do you think they would be able to do against that? It's
fantastic. So her showing up shifts things back towards Marley's side. And the only really weakness she has is that she's not going to be able to engage directly with Eren. She's not really going to be able to do much against him immediately.
But she can just stay back and from really far away have an effect on the whole battlefield.
We also see how terrifying the Warhammer Titan is at this part here.
Where it makes the tree.
The tree where she was trying to pierce... his neck,
right, and he just barely managed to be able to
of hardening there. But he's immobilized entirely here.
Yep. Like if he wasn't able to just transform again, he kind of would have been screwed.
Yeah.
Like
this is
Porco would have just come along and nom.
Right. This is after the tube essentially has been ripped off and all the blood's come out. So this transformation was so fast that the hardening went down towards the ground there. You can see the little tube coming up from the egg that he's got there, basically. Goes down, forms a body, then fires back up, hits him directly as he blocks it with his hardened, wrist
right
and
there,
forearm, which was nearly a kill shot because it would have come out the back of his nape. While this is happening, I'm thinking holy shit, Eren is actually being handled here, one-on-one. It is a real one-on-one fight. But no one can fight the Warhammer Titan like this.
Nope.
She can act with impunity. Like, there is no way that anyone else can fight it here. So I'm thinking, like, what hope is there if anyone else joins in to then help her against Eren, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
Now, the scouts do a pretty good job of guarding Eren.
Yes.
But I like how the battle at this point starts to shift towards, we're on this side, and they're on this side. And we each have our support units on the very important, like, specific, like, parties that we need to keep safe here. In Marley's case, you have the individual Titans themselves needing to make sure that they're okay, that they don't just get one shot by a scout going for the nape. So they're kind of covering for each other there. But Eren, on the other side, being very vulnerable here to, you know, Porco potentially leaping in. But as the fight continues, there's some shenaniganery that happens. I'll get into that in a second. But I just loved this shot here.
Well,
this is so freaking cool.
One of the other things I want to say that's kind of in tandem with this shot, but then also some other shots later. This episode did a really good job of making it feel like the battle could go either way. Because the whole idea of a surprise attack, if it's a surprise attack, then the assumption is that you know you're doing a surprise attack and you have some advantage, right?
Right.
You have a plan so that you'll be able to actually handle this and make it out okay, right? There's nothing that is more of a buzzkill than seeing a surprise attack in a story and have it completely fall flat on its face, right? Like that's absolutely awful, right?
Yeah.
In the situation here, though, Eren is basically toast, right? And especially when Zeke shows up. Now, because Zeke is potentially acting sus, it's like, well, we're not entirely sure. But the way that it's like, oh no, the battle's going in Marley's favor, and then, of course, towards the end, it shifts completely and Marley ends up getting screwed. The fact that they're able to put this all together in the beginning of the episode, I really appreciate, because that's those kinds of swings I would more expect to happen in different episodes. Where, like, the previous episode, it's going in Marley's favor, and then in the next episode, they turn it around.
Yeah.
But
and then, right as things couldn't get worse, Peak's shown up. You know, the Warhammer Titan is not done yet and might have potentially CC'd Eren. Like, we don't know if he can transform again at this point. Like, hop out and get rid of, break CC.
Do what he did,
And do what he did, But then Zeke shows up. And I just say, personally, I like how he shows up all imposing. He doesn't seem rushed.
Nope.
He doesn't seem,
taking his
like,
time.
worried. He seems like this is going just fine. Like, he's like, okay, I'm here. And the fact that Levi, like, hears the sounds of him coming up and is like, oh, okay.
I know that one.
I know that sound. This initially had me just like, okay. He's like, Eren's in big trouble now. But, like, I'm still thinking in the back of my mind, I remember how you separated from all of this there. So I'm watching you. But just the way he shows up looking like a gigantic ape, and it's like, all right, well, Dio's here. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. But everyone gets their perspective on him. Jean gets a little look at him. Like, oh, well, that's the Beast Titan.
Right, and they're like, great, our war chief is here. Like, let's do this.
Yeah, Porco and Peak are like, hell yeah, our boy's here. Even Magath is all like, all right.
The Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they kind of quickly montage to everyone where they're at as this is coming to bear here. And it's like time stops almost just as...
Time stops?
Yeah.
Really?
Pun intended. Yes,
really?
Yes. As he shows up and gives his line, "Let none escape, kill them all." Oh my gosh. But not Eren.
So I'm
Eren Yeager is not my enemy.
I'm very curious.
Eren Yeager is not my enemy.
Okay, so I do recommend you take the headphones off when...
Am I talking too loud?
You're talking a bit loud.
Okay, okay.
But I am very curious what you think about all of this because...
Yeah.
Given that this seems a bit jank,
yes,
right?
Very jank.
like explore that. Like because
Okay.
you know, okay, what do you think that could mean? Like,
Well, I don't know. The main thing is that Zeke has had some kind of connection with Aaron.
right, and he
That's
did
the
say,
baseball
I'm going to rescue you. In season 3.
In season 3, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, did I miss
Yeah,
something?
that was not
No.
this season.
No, I
He did not
rewatched
say
these
that in this
episodes.
battle.
There's no way that was this season. Okay, yeah, he did say that he was going to rescue him back when they had that near encounter
Right.
in season 3. That's right. The idea, though, that if Aaron shows up here and Zeke either ends up getting contacted by Aaron initially and they go into some kind of a dialogue, I would find that rather interesting because that would, in my mind, make me think that Zeke initially had some moment in the past 4 years where he engaged with Aaron and it was a thing of like, well, yes, I want to set you free from this idea that you have to do things the way, you know,
The way our father would have.
the way your father would have and stuff. So if Aaron then showed up in Marley, I don't think he would immediately then go, alarms, everyone go in and kill him. He'd be
Right.
like, no, come have tea with me.
Let's see if I can,
Let's see if I can convince you of, you know, my side of things. So if he's like unable to do that, but it's a thing of where, okay, maybe eventually I could totally see Zeke being like, oh yeah. I'll double agent or I'll triple agent and be like, yeah, I'll get close to him. Is that what's needed in order to maybe like convince him of my side of things? Oh, totally. So I could see it basically being a thing of where he's like, hey, we've talked a bit before this point off screen, and now that you're here and this is the situation we're forced in, I'm going to make the most of it and conveniently pull some kind of a switcheroo where I can be kind of taken as hostage, like intentionally, but everyone else is going to think that I'm dead. So
All right.
First reason for that, we can get into it later, but it's the timing thing with Levi. But I gotta bring up this part here. This just looks so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Just look at
Survive.
them. Look at this squad. Just the fact that
They're
we've
not
got
kids anymore.
We've got all these grown ass adults here. Levi's leading them. Sasha has a full bolt action rifle there.
Yep.
The others have the thunder spears, but Levi's still using the swords.
Still using the swords and the old sword holders and everything.
So good.
Yep.
It's so good. And Jean, Flock, Connie, some others. I don't know who they are, but then Sasha. It's just
Yep.
It's just good to have them here. It is good to have them here. Okay, so let's skip ahead a bit because it comes like very quickly into the OP. Also, they do kind of the badass like hey,
charge
cutaway
kind of a thing.
charge moment here.
But then they go into the OP. Yeah.
Yeah, and that felt maybe like a little bit odd as like an editing choice.
It's like, okay, hold on. We go from this with Levi about to duke it out with the Beast Titan, and then all of a sudden they're not, and then he's like hiding somewhere. Like what was the transition that they do when they go back to the OP?
Yeah,
right.
when they go
goes
back
to Reiner
the
and
OP,
Falco.
it then goes
that's
goes
right.
potentially back in time a little bit, but it's probably what's presently going on. But
Right.
this was probably the moment where I just got the most happiness and relief this episode. Was just, okay, thank God. Oh my God, I'm so happy.
What would you have done if Falco had died?
I'd given up Attack on Titan. Like I just been like, nah, screw this show. That's just mean. Like Attack on Titan has multiple times been like, we're not that edgy show.
Right.
And it's not like the plot armor.
There's
Titan
a
stuff.
trust, basically.
Yes, there is a very serious trust that Attack on Titan has built up with how it handles characters that it is saying, hey, this person is fated, even if you will, to have an impact on the story. So, like, this was huge for me.
Yeah.
Here's my blonde. Exactly. Exactly.
And I love how specific of a setup Reiner had to do in order to save him. Like, I'm going to, do this with my hands, right? And that is the way that I will make it so that all the debris that's going to be coming down won't crush him.
Yes.
Because the thing that always I would wonder about in that kind of situation is, okay, cool, use your transformation to save him.
Right,
How do you keep
right.
your transformation from accidentally killing him? Like, you know, you can squash him too, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
there you go. Makes
But our
makes
armored
a,
boy-
a comfortable little cocoon that even with an exit point, you
Yeah.
know, like so that he can climb out whenever.
Yeah,
like,
the very natural exit point. Like, if
Right,
you
'cause the
make
thumbs are
this-
shorter.
If you make this bit, there will be the
there
natural.
will be, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I love that.
Oh,
I was always one of those kids that would like make different shapes with my hands and,
and
be
then
like,
do the noise.
well, either do the noise or just be like, all right, what is this shape?
Yeah.
You know, like whether it was like the gun or like the, all right, this is now a spaceship, you know.
You were already
right?
prepared to watch Naruto. You were like, as a kid, instinctively, like, you were channeling your jutsus.
But yeah,
Okay.
so
But I'm so glad he's okay. I'm so glad Reiner's okay. One of
More or less.
the things with Reiner, like specifically, and the way they're attaching him to Falco in this moment here, just specifically, I could see Reiner dying in the next episode. Guys, I could see him dying in the next episode. But my prediction has been just growing and growing as the season builds Reiner into kind of, like a protagonist, like one of the main characters.
Yeah.
That he's Endgame. Like, Reiner is literally the plot armored Titan, where he will go like all the way to the end, like all the way. And
boy.
I think whatever happens in the next episode will either confirm or completely shatter that theory. So, yeah. Also, just the chaos of it all happening and the young innocent boy kind of, well, yeah, mostly innocent boy,
Yeah.
just kind of watching this whole thing
trying to
unfold in
hold
front
on
of
to
him.
his innocence, you know.
His semblance of sanity, if you will.
Right.
But yeah, look at this, y'all. We've got the scouts in their more fancy, more updated, and technologically advanced maneuver gear. Just make a little note of that. We've got the Beast Titan, kind of just right in the middle of it all, just standing there, all imperial and just terrifying. We've got Peak's ass on full display there in Titan form, just just
Yep. Big machine
gun
guns
fire.
and everything.
And then the
hands.
hands, yeah.
Yeah. It almost actually.
Yeah, it actually looks like Reiner
there's just-
transformed into like 3 different rows of hands.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
that's weird. It looks like there's a bunch of different fingers there. Am I the only one seeing this?
Yeah, actually, no, you're very much right. There's way too many knuckles. That's the way you can tell.
Way too many knuckles, and they don't all line up.
Yeah. So,
Hold on.
like, guys,
We can't be the only ones seeing this.
So I think what Reiner did, Jacob, is he did a half transformation where he focused on just a specific part of his body turning into Titan stuff. So he specifically like triple layered.
Oh, it might also just be different layers of armor. It might not actually be fingers themselves.
No, people are saying multiple hands, but it's supposed to look
Same
like
with
a
manga?
flower count.
Okay.
It's the angle. All right, well, either way, really cool. It just shows that the focus of his transformation was entirely on protecting Falco, not on making himself into a combat-ready Titan.
And that is kind of fitting given the fact that the next thing we see from him when he transforms at the end of the episode
He's not fully armored.
It's not the traditional armored Titan that we know, right?
Exactly. But yeah, thank you, Mappa. This looks so good. And then immediately after this, we get an amazing tracking shot.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like,
I believe this is Jean circling.
it's a couple of them.
No, it's a random scout. Okay.
Oh, right. And then he gets
It gets pasted. Yeah. Just poof.
Like, oh man.
Right. But
Shots like this is where I'm like,
I love the shot in general because it's just trying to show a whole lot of things in motion at the same time, which is ridiculously hard to do in 2D, guys. So, like, of course, there's CG for this bit here, and it still looks really good in my opinion.
Yeah, there was that little part where Jean is sort of going, like,
He's
it's
statically
dynamic,
moving
and then he's statically moving straight,
That's a
and
little
then
bit-
Porco is statically running sideways on the building towards him, and it's like, okay, that
Sure.
did feel a little bit awkward, but all the tracking shots and everything before that were gorgeous.
Yeah.
And yeah, again,
Yeah.
could only really be done because 3D.
Yeah.
Like, probably. Be way too crazy otherwise.
Yeah. We wouldn't get Attack on Titan Season 4 anytime soon.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But Mikasa tests out the Thunder Spears.
Does
on
nothing.
The the shell. I just loved the way, what's her name, Laura?
I believe so. I feel terrible.
Just ask chat. What's the name of the Warhammer Titan? What's her name?
Because I think we actually didn't even get her name in the manga.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was just that's who it was.
Okay. Well, the maid, basically.
Right.
The way she looks so like just dead-eyed serious, like it's all of her concentration just to create this.
Laura. Okay.
Laura
yeah.
Tiber. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I love how stern and serious she looks. She does not look upset, frustrated, happy, or anything.
Or worried.
Well, I can see a little bit of worry in the sense that when you're intensely trying to achieve a goal in the future, you're thinking about the future, which is a worry where worry happens.
Okay,
just in general. But that is just a really great look. It's just like, that's not doing anything.
No, yeah, that's what it is. Whenever I think Laura, I think I'm thinking Lara Croft, right? And I'm like, no, it's not Tomb Raider. Like what, But no, it is Lara. Yeah.
Yeah. And then is that no way Kruger?
No,
Eren Yeager. The way he kind of accepts this is Eren. This is the enemy.
Yep.
This is the one that we've been warned about.
This is the one I helped. Yeah.
And then I love that we get the
flashback.
alternate look.
Oh.
And I have to get the animation that they put into Reiner's face at key moments.
It's so good.
Right
There's
here.
so much expression. Like, look at all the emotion there.
Look at this guy.
Like,
look at this.
yeah.
Look at this. And this is all animated. I just have to freeze it here for, not getting in trouble with the copyright stuff and everything.
Right.
But look at this. Oh! Like, you can see the terror, the fear of him being like, we're about to die.
Yep.
I will do what I can to save you. It reminds me of that moment where Bertolt nearly instinctively bit his own hand in season 2 when they're falling off the tower.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah! But this, we know what he's been through. But even more so, we know how he's responded to the stuff that he's been through while being back home.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Anyone, I don't think there would be anyone. I don't think there would be. Except for maybe the people who are like, I'm going to be opposite, because everyone, is thinking one thing, so I'm going to think something else. But I don't see how anyone could not like Reiner at this point. Yes, he has done some horrible things in the past, but can you look at this guy? Can you look at this guy with how worried he is about saving kids?
Yeah, I got you. And I think though that there's a lot of room to be left for people who either are not easily willing to empathize with those like this, but also are not necessarily getting that emotionally invested in anime characters in general.
Sure. And if you're not going to be invested in anime characters, then you're probably not watching anime. But
maybe.
Yeah. But look at this.
He looks so sad.
This kind of stuff is why Reiner is basically my favorite character in Attack on Titan.
He's definitely up there in my top 4 characters.
And
no chance that he's anywhere below that for me.
And it blows me away because one of the things that's really tough is how do you make an audience care about fictional characters just in general, but even more so, how do you make them care about fictional characters quickly?
Yeah.
There are a lot of characters in Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
The characters in Attack on Titan, I would say, have never particularly been the strong suit, It's more the setting, the plot, the themes, all that stuff, right? That's where Attack on Titan's real strength has been. Not that the characters are super bad, but,
No, but Reiner was a huge surprise.
But, yeah.
Thinking back to season 2, guys, I fell in love with Reiner so much in that tree sequence.
Oh, yeah, it was a wonderful contradiction.
And then the idea that it was immediately something that made sense based on what we saw in episode 6 when he does by the way.
Yeah.
And he's
5 years
surprised
ago
that Eren would be even remotely.
Yeah, what's going on? We're just gonna take you back to our hometown.
Tell you, yeah, it's fine, right? But here we see the man, the one that's struggled and survived.
Yep.
But He
Like,
just wants to be done.
he does.
He just wants to be done.
But-
I have so much empathy for this boy. Someone find us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were found, and it was by the last person you'd want to find you, Reiner. So
Yep.
here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's get a full shot of him biting in with like.
Oh yeah, because there's
full-
no hesitation there.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
So
Oh yeah,
okay, yeah. Just this
Like,
frame. Let's just talk
thank
about this
you,
frame.
Mappa.
Yeah, thank you, Mappa. Thank you so much.
Like,
but
oh,
okay,
like
one
you
of the
can
things,
see him furrowing his brow with the pain of what he's experiencing
Oh,
right
with-
now in just the physical sense.
with the
as
pain
well.
of what he's experiencing. But I also want to point out something else. Usually, when there's the uneven brows and eyes of how open are they,
Right.
it's usually reserved, from what I've seen, for when you want to show a character that is unstable, that is mentally unstable,
Right.
Right, and that like when it's like usually like the villain or something where they're having that like crazy breakdown moment, right? Reiner's having this here because even now, right, just a few seconds ago, he was saying, "Eren, please just kill me already."
Yeah. Literally just a minute ago
Just a minute ago.
or two. Yeah.
And now he's doing something that will like, because if he has control over his Titan powers and stuff,
right.
he could always just choose to not transform even when the rubble crushes him.
Yep.
Like he could do that.
Like he has got that level of control.
Yeah, he's got that level of
He's
control.
not like Eren in season 1 where if he grabs a spoon wrong, he
Yeah, exactly. Right.
came too soon. Yeah.
No, yeah, right. But look at this here. Look at how much blood comes out of that. One, that was always like
That was
traditionally,
reflex.
yes, it was reflex. But also, while we have seen situations where the warriors would go to like actually like bite themselves as a way to start the
They almost always use a
transformation,
knife.
almost always they use a knife or some kind of
catch.
bladed implement, whether it's the spike on the ring or,
Yep.
or anything, right?
Yep.
No, Reiner doesn't do that.
Yep.
It almost feels reminiscent of Eren and what he would do. Like that's
Go off, Jacob. Go off.
okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't at all make me think
Oh.
things about parallels and things like that. And given that he's kind of one of the main characters in the story at this
Yeah.
point from this side of things, but then also that wasn't a casual bite. That was a chomp. That was a.
I'm gonna die anyway, so I might as well just break my hand. Like I have no,
Well-
I have no like reservations or hesitations about this.
Or the way I've been thinking about it is I cannot risk holding back in any way because I need to transform now in order to save Falco. I cannot and even though yes, it'll heal and all that stuff, so it's not like it's that big of a deal in a physical sense how hard he bites himself. The idea that that's how much determination there was in the action that he took, despite the fact that when you look at his face and his eyes and his brows and everything, there is so much internal conflict still. Still?
yeah,
God, I love it.
yeah, it's so good, so good. All right, so then he goes back to see how Reiner is doing, and I love the way Reiner looks here. It's almost as if there's been skin like removed from his face to account for the transformation elsewhere.
Yeah.
And we've never seen a transformation like this.
No.
Like this is one where it's a little bit scary just in the look here.
Oh, definitely.
What were you gonna say?
Well, yes, it's scary in the look, but also we haven't. I don't think we've really seen. Well, no, we've seen Reiner sometimes when like post transformation, but I just love the fact that his face has all of the sort of armor reinforcement that the armored Titan would have, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it just looks like he's more just lost like definition, or he's.
Oh, okay.
If anything, he looks hollowed out here.
Yes.
That doesn't look like armor.
No,
It's the shape, maybe.
I'm totally with you there, but the thing that I got from that is that he always was he was the one who didn't deserve to inherit the armored Titan. Right?
Yeah.
So I'll become Marcel. Right. And one of the reasons why I love the scene so much is that Reiner kind of never did come back, right? It was the Marcel Reiner amalgamation thing that came back.
Yep. Exactly.
And
that
those
kind
never
of got split up too. Just
eventually, right?
in parody, yeah.
Right. But when he comes back, and this is just my own personal take on how I saw it, But the reason why he couldn't survive back here is because then he had to stop being Marcel.
Right.
He had to just be Reiner, and he couldn't do it. He put Reiner to death, right? So
now he's wanted to die.
So now he's wanted to die, right?
Yeah.
Now in this situation, the call comes to be Reiner.
Yeah.
And he does it.
Yep.
Right? And we see that, no, Reiner, you still do have that armor down underneath. It's not just something that you put on. You are truly, I'm sorry, hard-boiled. But then, if you look at how he is in the Titan, usually when someone transforms into a Titan, they're kind of face down in it, right? And then they kind of might pull out of it.
There's stuff attached to
There's
them
stuff attached to
all
the face
over here,
and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
No, Reiner's immobilized.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave here.
He doesn't want to leave here.
He wants to stay here.
He wants to
be
stay
protected,
here. Well,
or die.
He's staying here in a very vulnerable state.
Oh, right. His neck and everything is exposed.
Totally exposed.
Someone could just walk in and slice him in half and he'd be dead.
Yep, exactly, and he'd be dead. Mm-hmm. There's the fact that he is trapped by his own Titan, right? I don't know. Maybe some parallels are there somewhere hidden very deep about
very deep to understand
very deep.
that.
You know, hard to get to about how he feels trapped in this life that he's in and all of that stuff, and yet it's also of his own making.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was his decision.
Yeah.
You know, just in the same way that it was his decision to go back and kill all those people.
Yeah.
Right?
And I want to bring up another little thing that might be a little bit too deep of a symbol here. But he's cocooned himself, right?
Sure.
Maybe this power will keep him safe in that. But there's a little hole. Who's that for? Well, it's for Falco to get out, right?
Oh.
But it's almost as if he's left an opening to be like,
for someone
if someone
to get
could
in.
save me, if someone could find me,
yeah,
please.
That line from Bertolt in season 2 is just one of my favorite lines in Attack on Titan.
Yep.
Someone, please find us, right? And yeah, that's basically what he's in here. And you know what? Someone did find him, right? In the same way when he had the rifle in his mouth, without Falco even knowing it, he found him. This whole time they have found him without them even realizing it, right? Yeah. The fact that Falco came along to jar him out of his suicide attempt, right? That's just a physical representation of what had already been going on, right? And now, later in the episode, they find him again. Because he can't escape them, right? Because when it comes right down to it, somehow they actually brought Reiner back to life. Not the Marcel Reiner, Reiner.
But yeah, Reiner the friend, Reiner the soldier,
Reiner the big brother,
Reiner the big brother. The one that he kind of gained in some ways, in parody.
Sure.
One of the things that makes me really excited about Reiner and why I think he is Endgame specifically is I think that Reiner the soldier is going to come back.
Oh, man.
And it's going to be real. It's not going to be fake.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, and it's going to be him basically
awesome.
interacting basically with the main, just general cast. And it's just going to be like, yeah, that's Reiner. He's broken. He doesn't know entirely who he is, but he's putting a little piece on top of a little piece just as he can. But I just love the stuff that they do with Reiner here because it sets up the fact that the episode is going to end with Reiner being the linchpin for Marley. Really, it is the enemy.
Right. It is very fitting if you think about it that after the OP, right? Because there's all the stuff before the OP and everything because we were in the middle of a very tense situation. But after the OP ends, we get the first thing for the episode, right? That's basically telling us this is what the episode's about.
Yep.
And then at the end of the episode, it comes full circle.
Yep. And then this line is dropped in that Falco's like, oh, well, he's unconscious, but he'll heal himself with the power of the Titans. Wait, that is as long as he has the will to live. One of the things that I don't think has ever really been gotten into in Attack on Titan is how or why do they regenerate. And this might be some clever little bits of exposition because the Marley side might just know that. They're like, oh, how does a Titan keep regenerating? Well, they have the connection to the power of the Titan that made them into that, and they have to continue being a Titan for the 13 years or whatever. But what if this is actually a part of it? What if actual shonen resolve, just general will to keep going, is needed in order to regenerate?
Well,
And this is Falco, who knows this guy doesn't necessarily have the will to live.
in fact, I can say for a fact that if I can believe his own words from his
Yep.
mouth, he doesn't.
He doesn't want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saved me, but and like also the whole thing of the Titans, like, because I know there are some people who are like, will to live, that sounds cheesy and stuff, and it's like, okay, yes, it is definitely like it could be described as a cheesy line, you know. But if you think about what's been shown so far in the mechanics of
Right.
the Titans and how they work, the Titan shifters have been shown to have a modicum of control, a pretty severe amount of control actually, over
Where
their
and how they
regenerative
regenerate. Yeah.
properties, right?
Right.
Aaron held back his regenerating for a long time.
Yeah.
Reiner did too, right? When they were going to transform,
true.
they were both wounded and stuff, and then it all healed up, and then they went for it, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So the reverse could be true. If the will can make the thing happen, then theoretically the will could also make it not happen.
Right.
There you go.
It's just a cool picture with regards to it, because regeneration is a word that can be tied to things like redemption, to transformation, and tied to things that are regarding someone's renewal of who they are. So if Reiner is willing to regenerate here,
Yeah.
it means he's willing to take another chance at life and try again because there's hope for him,
Also,
which is just beautiful.
oh, it's fantastic.
And yet, because he doesn't have that hope or will for himself, it needs to come from outside.
Exactly.
It ends up coming from
Yep.
Gabby and Falco.
And we get a physical representation of that. You know how you said that he basically put Falco in a cocoon?
Yeah.
Well, by putting Falco in a cocoon, he put himself in a cocoon too.
Yeah.
And eventually he emerges from that cocoon, and it's awesome.
Yep.
And it's very different than, the person he had been before now.
And then he says, there's more than just enemies out there, Reiner. There's me, Gabby, the others. We're all on your side.
Yeah.
Falco's such a good boy, and I love his choice of voice actor just in general.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's one that feels just really good. And someone mentioned it in chat, and I don't want to say and acknowledge that point that person made in chat, but they were mentioning that there's this character in something else that Falco plays the role of.
Oh, yes.
And I'm very excited for you to experience that,
oh,
Jacob.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
What, like Nier or something like
you'll
that?
see. You'll see.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about how it's the same voice actor as for Tanjiro. Which,
It is. It is the voice actor for Tanjiro.
yeah.
And that makes him a really wholesome, good boy in that regard. So I love it. But there's another character that
Okay.
I like
All
even
right.
more than Tanjiro.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So we get some Jean perspective this episode, and we're reminded that he is really good with ODM gear, but since it's been 4 years, he's gotten
Real good.
really good.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah. We also have I'm a little bit of a sadist here, but I want to get the shot of them exploding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Just
Yep.
Attack on Titan,
Just
y'all,
like that.
It's really violent.
Yep.
The fact that like Zeke was pretty close, because remember, Zeke like doesn't ever like really like harden at all.
Nope.
Like no.
We don't even know if
We
he
don't
actually
even can. Yeah, we don't
like,
even know if
like
he
Aaron
can.
needed one of those bullshit hardening armor vials or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how effective Peak is for one. But
Also-
just the what?
Well,
What?
Go for
ahead.
it.
No, you go.
Okay.
ahead.
So one of the things that anime I feel like often doesn't go into, similar thing with like superhero movies or things like that, is physics don't really tend to apply.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because inertia, what's inertia? You can do all that stuff. And inertia is actually probably the only one that Attack on Titan goes into, kind of, in that they can actually use the ODM gear at all. But one of the other big ones is I think of like all of the times where you have like the person with the absurdly big gun, but then they're always against something that's armored or whatever, or someone that has superpowers, and so the gun does nothing, right? There are reasons why there are Geneva Conventions or whatever that specifically state you don't use high caliber weapons against personnel. Because reality is stranger than fiction, and the brutality of it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
People would get blown to pieces by,
So Attack on Titan doesn't hold back here.
So Attack on Titan doesn't hold back, right? And yeah, it's a big gun that they've got in there.
Yeah.
Right. So of course, the scouts are screwed. I feel like it doesn't fit calling them the scouts, but you know.
Right. I got.
Yeah. They're toast.
Yeah. The squad.
Paste.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta note this. There were some people in the Discord that pointed this out, but like, look at this guy. So the Panzer unit, right?
He's got his glasses and everything, and
Well, yeah,
pictures.
he's got his glasses, but look at the pictures.
Yep.
This guy's got pictures of, I'm assuming, like a girlfriend or something, but probably
It might be Peak.
Peak. So
Yeah.
is this
I
guy
don't
just?
see an armband, but it could be Peak.
No, there's an armband.
Oh, there is?
There's an armband there.
Oh yeah, that's definitely an armband. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this guy,
yeah.
this guy's just actually just like, yeah, Peak. I mean, yeah, I'm doing this all for you. You know, just like,
Yep.
I mean,
We're a little family, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Maybe
just-
someday you'll look my way, but
now it doesn't have to be Peak. But the image on the right is definitely showing Peak there.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely, and the rest of the Panzer unit, and it's
the
great.
rest of the Panzer unit.
It's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
The other person there doesn't have to be Peak though.
Correct. The person on the left, but I like to think it is.
Yes, and someone mentioned it eventually, is that there's a photo that you can eventually see later that's showing a very scantily clad woman, and it's all like,
Yeah.
okay, that's hilarious.
Well,
That's
but
adorable.
And we
It
can talk about,
humanizes them.
It humanizes them, exactly. We can talk about how it's hilarious and like, oh boy, you know, ooh. You know, Attack on Titan doesn't usually do fan service, but ooh. But no. These people all have families. One of the things that bothers me so much in stories is whenever we see our heroes, the good guys, just kill people, and because they're extras, because they're not named characters,
Right.
it's glossed over. We assume that they must not have families or people that care about them, or that they're as evil as can possibly be, right? And that they're not just people doing their job, right? Following orders or whatever, that they know all the situation of what's going on, right? They know how evil their organization is, but they still choose to follow them anyway.
Totally. Okay.
Yeah.
Next bit here that's rather telling is what you mentioned earlier with regards to the Warhammer stamina. He mentions, you're completely worn out now.
Yep.
If you had any left, you'd stab me right through the nape. So we're in this impasse of where you've now locked me in place, but you don't have the stamina to continue to break through my hardening here.
Right. Even though you started to.
Yeah. At the force that's probably necessary to break it and shatter it. But
Right.
she is still putting pressure on him.
Right. And we've seen that she can actually go right through his hardening like she did with the hammer.
Right.
As physics.
Right. What this points out, though, is the idea that the hardening is really one of the few things that can counteract hardening.
Right.
But there is also like higher levels of hardening. Because then what we see from
Okay.
Porco later
Yes.
is like, that's next level
yeah,
stuff.
his teeth and claws are
Right. It's
They're
not,
trumpers.
it's not a channeled thing into his skin. It's an essential element of what makes him a Titan.
Right.
So while it is hardening, it's the thing of like, yeah, but this is a part of every transformation ever. I don't like focus and then suddenly
Right.
I grow my jaw.
it's my
you know?
permanent upgrade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the idea then that Eren ate the Warhammer Titan means that Eren is going to get this ability. Just in some way, shape, or manner that makes sense.
And be able to just go through hardening.
Will have hardening that might not be able to be gotten into by regular hardening.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah. What happens if Eren just decides, you know, I'm going to put myself in my own little walnut.
Yeah.
You know? Come at me. Oh, and by the way, I don't have the same kind of stamina issues.
Yeah.
So, good luck.
I'm just saying that with this consumption, Eren might be invulnerable.
Yep. Theoretically. Who's to say he couldn't turn into a walnut while still being in the nape? And then just, all right, so if you want to get rid of me, you can try and rip me out of the nape, but, you know, like, the umbilical cord, actually, for the Warhammer was the biggest problem of it, right?
Yeah. So, more build-up there. Pretty terrifying. Yeah. It's like, you might have, you know, you've got no more moves to play, but I have plenty. He jumps out, transforms again, She, for the first
The
time,
eyes, like,
kind of
track
looks
it.
like,
I'm like,
okay,
oh,
that's what
I
you're
see.
doing.
That is an issue.
But yeah, I love the way the group of three here are looking. Just like, shit. Just-
Right.
And Porco literally says that later. He's like, shit. Like,
Right.
like, well, what are we going to do now? Like, well, all right. Well, there goes our whole strategy or plan or what have you. Yeah, after all that, the bastard still has more fight in him. But yeah. But if we get him, the founder.
Uh-huh.
And hold on, I wanna know exactly who's talking here. So it's like, what are you afraid of, Puck? But that has to be Peak that says that.
Yeah.
If we
Think
get
so?
him, the founder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's the
Right.
Cart Titan. There's no need for us to rush. We're the ones controlling the battlefield. This is the part, that I wanted to basically say, like, Peak is the reason why they didn't just, like, immediately lose.
She
here.
needs to be a quadruped. That way her back doesn't get broken from all the carrying she's doing.
Seriously, we're the ones controlling the battlefield, saying, "Hey, patience. This is a war of attrition.
Use
that
the force.
We
Think.
yeah."
Like,
Yes, Master. Yes, Mistress Peak. Absolutely. Everything you say.
next time,
Sonotori.
try not to lose this.
Right. And it works even better for
Oh.
Porco.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. Yes, just as expected. Exactly.
Right.
Sonotori.
Yeah, and
Like-
she did save them in season 3, part 2. Like, as much as
Uh-huh.
we might have been like, oh, that's bullshit. You know, Zeke and Reiner should have been dead there, right? It's like, well,
Yep. She keeps her head on straight. And she knows. She knows the right way to handle things.
yep. And they have the home field advantage, so
Yep.
It's
their
up
weapons
to-
and fuel are limited.
yep, it's up to Aaron and everybody to actually do something in a short amount of time.
Right. So as long as we don't lose anything more,
We're good.
we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, while the Warhammer situation
is bad.
is bad, he's not breaking through that.
Nope. Like, if anything, and they probably would have no way of knowing. They wouldn't have tested out to see if, if the jaw could actually break through the Warhammer's shell. Like, they wouldn't have thought about that. So, yeah, if
Yeah.
you had stuck back Porco,
Uh-huh.
this probably would have been fine. I mean, there's
Yep.
the whole Armin thing of showing up and destroying the
Yeah,
fleet,
Armin,
which is a problem.
Armin shifted things a bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. But yeah, right now, just focus on protecting the War Chief from Ackerman, which I like. But I still think that this is something that bears mention here. Levi charged the Beast Titan earlier,
Before the OP.
before the OP.
Where
and
the
then they're
hell is
like,
he?
Oh, Levi's now hiding somewhere.
Why?
Why didn't we see that fight?
Yeah.
That seems...
Wouldn't it have been quick? Like,
Yeah. Wouldn't he have at the very least gotten to chop up his legs a little bit?
right.
You're telling me Levi didn't go for the ankles or
Mm-hmm.
the shins or anything like that like he did with Annie back in season 1? Like, Levi's, if anything, just probably gotten better at what he does.
Oh, sure.
Like, it's not
Well,
like
no.
Well,
Sorry.
he is old.
No,
you know.
he wouldn't have gotten better because you can't get any better when you're already perfect.
When you're already a Beyblade, you don't become a Beyblade squared or anything like that. You just death blades whirling around. Like, that's their current strategy.
But yes,
which
that
I
is
like it.
That is a good point. Levi charging the Beast Titan was anime only for a dramatic note.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that
well,
is one of the things I really appreciate in this. The fact
Cool.
that since they're in a big city and they're humans and their enemies are titans, they can hide. They can wait for surprise attacks. Like the fact that, Levi, which, maybe there was something sus going on, maybe there wasn't, but that's a good strategy, right?
Yeah.
Mikasa, good strategy. Because she did that, she was able to get the fast one that they couldn't pin down.
Right. I gotta say, though, that this bit
Uh-huh.
where he just goes, Sonotori, that's peak for
And
you.
then,
And then flings all the rocks in the rubble
Oh,
here.
yeah.
This is what's so terrifying about the Beast Titan is that
Uh-huh.
he can do what apes can't even really do. Like, real apes can't do this.
Right.
Like, if you gave a baseball to an ape and, like, tried
It
to get
would
it
not
to
throw a perfect game.
like, actually, the way their bodies are structured, they do not have the capacity to throw with strength and velocity. it's just not a thing. So the fact that he can do this,
While
but
T-posing to assert dominance.
yes, that is true. I see it as almost like a praise the sun kind of, you know.
There
thing
we go.
there. He's
But like
channeling
praise
that.
me, like
Right,
and my
right.
throwing ability. It's so wonderful.
Monkey T pose. Oh my gosh. But yeah, R.I.P. to any survivors in that area.
Yeah.
That's kind of true. I mean, most survivors probably at this point have run away.
Probably.
Like,
Yeah.
done their best they can to run away.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just a way to remind us how terrifying the Beast Titan is. But it's also another thing to put a little bit of sus in my mind of why he never chucked any rocks at Eren. Just
Oh, well,
Eren's
I mean,
not
rocks,
my enemy.
well, rocks don't tend to be as good. Like when Eren like came out of his Titan and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Although they are wanting to reclaim the founding Titan, so maybe there's something there. But
You tell me.
they wouldn't take just
They
killing.
wouldn't take that as like well, it's not the best option, but it's an option at the very least.
It's better, you know.
Yeah. Eren Yeager is not my enemy. And then he follows up with, after he gets kind of a look at Eren there.
And everyone's like, wait, huh? Wait,
Yeah.
what did you say?
And everyone else kind of has the peak and Porco kind of, they're like, well, what? Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
But then someone else comes first.
Which
Which
I love. I love so much.
I just love it because it's like he's saying, no, I've got a plan for you. I've got my ways. I'll work with you, but
there's a little varmint
there's
somewhere
a
around
little
here that's
conniving
terrifying.
little Beyblade
Like,
guy here who's just like, I'm
It's that
not about like just plunging forth into attack while he's somewhere out there.
Right. It's
Yeah.
those older editions of D&D that had the size modifiers for stealth, where they're like 5 size categories of difference. So it's like, no, they've just got a passive like plus 20 to stealth or
Yeah,
something.
while attacking Titans, Levi can
Right.
use Fury of the Small tripled. though.
Well, sure, yeah, but also just the thing of we have no idea where they are. Like,
Right.
and that's one of the things. Like, because a lot of people will like have said like, no, that's sus that like there weren't any blood spurts when he like threw the rocks at the buildings. If anything, the thing that would be sus is that he didn't just
didn't even think
continually
about that.
throw rocks at the buildings, right? Because destroying the buildings is good. Because if they don't have terrain to hide behind and like break line of sight,
Yeah, he doesn't care about like
The humans are
collateral-
screwed,
He doesn't
right?
care about like the structural damage.
yeah, no, it's already going to shit anyways,
Yeah.
right? The fact that he's just destroying stuff,
Right.
that's wonderful. They don't have
Yeah.
as many places to anchor off of. There's no way they can, like, with dumb Titans, sure, you can anchor off of the Titans. You can't do that with Titan shifters. You're dead. You're dead, because of course you are, right?
But all right, getting the tease for a fight that's not going to be that long. Mm-hmm. Someone else comes first. Show yourself, Levi. Now, I'll just tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It is very odd to then, when they say, show yourself, insert name of character here, to then show an item rather than the face of the character next.
Oh, uh-huh.
Assuming, like, oh, this
Like-
is obviously Levi.
Like,
here,
show
right?
the most important thing, which you
Right.
would think would be the person they're talking to.
Yes, and they show the person that he's talking to, but holding a pocket watch.
And focusing on it. Like, I get the idea
like,
of, like, having
isolating, like, only this.
Like I could imagine Levi having a pocket watch for, you know, something unrelated, right? And it being something where like he's keeping an eye on it, you know? But given that there are buildings potentially being destroyed and everything, it's like I wouldn't think he'd be staring at it. He'd be like, all right, I'm making sure, you know, keeping an eye out for an opening. What's the time? Okay.
The main
you know.
reason why I think he's thinking about this, though, is because the Zeppelin is on its way.
Right.
And he's thinking, okay, I'm going to have to time this, so when I make my move, I'm going to have to be able to get away
Get in,
quickly.
get out, and get it over with. Yeah.
Exactly. Got it good.
Yep.
That's probably the main thing he's thinking about there. But the fact then that in the show, every once in a while, I feel like it says things in the dialogue that's just a bit too on the nose to be like, you guys are tracking with the foreshadowing, right? Mm-hmm. Why would he say this?
You're running out of time?
Yes, of course we know he's running out of time. I'm sorry, but as of moments like this, I always assume that the writing is like thinking a little bit ahead of where I'm thinking about it. Here. This is one of those, like, there's no way you can defeat me kind of lines. If you look at it just in the immediate context of, yes, Levi knows he's running out of time. Why would you bait him into coming out and stuff like that for a fight where it's literally a die roll of who does better?
Sure. Okay, so...
Like, it's better for Zeke to just do nothing and just wait it out. Eventually the troops will show up,
okay,
and then
so
they'll just outnumber them 1,000 to 1.
I do... So I like the things that you're bringing up. I do want to just show some other takes on it, though.
Okay.
So, there is the whole issue of resources, gas and all of that stuff. Ammo, and like they only have limited thunder spears and whatnot, right?
Yes.
Now, ideally, you would think then, well, wouldn't Zeke just not do anything and just let the war of attrition go on until they run out? But Levi's a big problem. Levi on his own can do a lot of stuff, and Levi is currently hiding. So Levi is conserving his own resources while the rest of his troops are using theirs. So even if the rest of the troops are kind of, on borrowed time, basically, Levi might not be. Yes, if they have an escape plan, sure, but from the standpoint of like the resources, Levi at least could be stalling things out so that way when there's an opportunity, he takes it.
Yeah.
Zeke knows how fast he can be taken out.
I don't buy that really.
I totally get that you might not buy it, but I want to bring it up.
It doesn't work in the context.
Doesn't it?
It's something that makes sense completely if that was the only thing surrounding Zeke and this engagement right now. The problem is that there's things that came outside this engagement with Zeke.
Like the baseball mitt that Aaron had, or like...
Yeah, I haven't done great things yet. Like there's things with Zeke that basically just point at him having some kind of just general ulterior motive, like specifically.
Okay.
So him having this moment here just feels a bit odd, especially given that, when he actually gets taken out, we see no body.
Right.
We see no surprise from Zeke inside his Titan of, oh no, I've been killed.
You're not going to kill the brother of the main character without getting a proper dramatic pose to show you that yes, this person is indeed
Dio has
dead.
been like,
Right, exactly. Yeah, he's got Dio's voice actor for crying out loud.
Yeah. It just doesn't work in the context of how the scene ends or what we got before the scene, in my opinion.
Okay.
But also, it's just a very clear, like, breaking of the pace of the fight in general to have characters talk about things that have to be important because you're breaking the pace of the fight in order to do talking.
Sure.
And Attack on Titan, as far as dialogue goes, doesn't do combat dialogue. Like, this is this is a thing, guys, that for those of you that, like, watch a lot of anime, you're used to this. But generally
we need
speaking,
to bring proper appreciation, just like the gender-neutral uniforms. Yeah.
Exactly. There are little things that Attack on Titan does that are actually very friendly, usually, for the most part, to people that don't watch that much anime.
Yes.
A lot of people, when they're watching anime, expect the time dilation, things stop, and suddenly a bunch of people talk. Attack on Titan does that a lot already. But there's a lot of times where there's absolutely just none of that. And it's such a breath of fresh air at times where you're used to the JoJo kind of,
your next line will be...
talking is a free action kind of thing.
Right.
So then when they stop to do talking, it's like, wait, why? Why did you do that? So that's why I'm throwing sus at it.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree that it's sus. Yeah.
Yeah, I love also the shot here of Falco, like, seeing Zeke from, like, really far down and being like, oh, whoa, he's huge. But then Magath seeing Falco run up to him, and he's like, oh, Commander Magath. And he's like, whoa, Falco, what are you doing? Are you okay? You hurt? Now, Magath freaking out here, one, because he could have thought that all of them were dead.
Right.
He knows Gabby's fine, she's with him and stuff. But Falco being alive too, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Because while this guy is he's a bit of a
he's a bad guy.
He's a bit on the very gray side of things and the darker side of gray, I would say.
Yeah, let's just say it. He's done a lot of fucked up shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The reason why I would say we know that he's, like, concerned here is that he's a wit. He's a little warrior in training.
Right.
This guy's still a valuable asset to them, regardless of what his personal feelings are in the matter.
In a lot of ways, it feels similar to Reiner's situation with the parody troops.
Sure.
With the 104th.
Yeah.
Because why does he care about the Wits? On just a technical level, well, they're a big investment on terms of Marley, right? So he wants them to survive. He would hate for there to be a situation where they need a Titan to be eaten here, and they don't have someone that's actually trained so that way, like, they still have control over the Titan, basically, right? That's his job. That's his job. But...
Oh, Magath doesn't know Gabby's okay yet. She shows up later in the scene when Falco says Eren Yeager. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly. So this is the first one of the Wits where he's like, oh, there's one that's still alive. Great. But while caring for their well-being, while still being like, you're a filthy Eldian, right? And I'll send plenty of Eldians to die, right? And when Colt, talks back to me in episode 1, I'm like, know your place, worm, Maybe the line gets a little bit blurred of how much do I care about them because it's my job versus how much do I care about them because they're kids and I just care about them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Gabby shows up.
Ragged with the rifle, ready to go.
I gotta say, there must be whoever is in charge of the scenes for Gabby, almost all the time, does a really good job of just showing the dramatic emotion on her face and the intense aspect of that animation there. So just had to show Gabby there because she's before Peak
our
showed
little
up,
war criminal.
Right. But before Peak showed up, she was best girl for Marley's side. Without a doubt.
I'm really glad that it worked well in the anime especially, but just again the whole idea of making the audience care about a character quickly, especially when there's the negative reinforcement of the fact that we need to spend time with these characters instead of the characters we've spent all this time getting to know and love and all that stuff. The fact that we're able to get to this point where we're really invested in Gabby and care about her safety and well-being and, emotional health and all of that stuff in such a short period of time is excellent.
Stuff.
Thank you, Mappa. Thank you, Isayama.
But the Crimson King has arrived.
The Crimson King, yes.
The way the sailors on the boats, the Navy boats, are like, hey, get your boat out of there. I'm like, wait, who? What? And almost immediately, I'm able to tell just from the bangs. I'm like, oh, here's Armin. Here's my Bond. Here he is.
Here we go.
For those of you that have not been around for a while with regards to our anime videos and stuff like that for Attack on Titan, specifically, Armin's been my favorite character in Attack on Titan.
Since
the beginning.
The beginning, basically, yeah.
Since actually just the beginning.
Yep.
I love Armin Arlerts. This little blonde Irwin in training, basically.
Yep.
And
getting ready to drop a nuke.
If him just showing up, no words, no one else nearby, he doesn't need any encouragement or anything.
No trebuchet either.
Nope. And just turns up and looks at him. I'm going to show the shot here in a second. And just wipes them all out.
Yep.
Armin has grown up.
60 meters to be precise.
Yes.
60 meters, yeah.
But let me look at this bit here.
Yep. And the gritted teeth and the things I'm about to do to you. One thing.
This is the boy that needed to be alone on this boat. Because he needed to talk to himself.
Well, yeah. Also,
and be like, I'm doing
no
this.
one should be nearby because I'm going to kill everything
obviously.
Nearby.
Yes, obviously.
Right.
But I'm just saying the thing of where this boat doesn't look like it had people on it before he set out.
Yes, exactly. This is a just me and Mr. Whiskers. Yeah.
Down, Mr. Whiskers. Yeah. Oh my God, that a bridge.
We always knew that Armin, was capable of things.
Yes. But just the flash of light also, just illuminating everything.
Yep.
And the way they all just wait, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
And I see.
The fact that there's also multiple sets of the explosion, this is something that this is so crazy. So we get the flash of light, right?
Yeah.
But this isn't it. It keeps going.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to flicker the images here really quick here so you guys can get a real picture of this. But then there's the shock wave.
And yes, his Titan was 2D animated.
Yeah.
Because they know that means a lot to, people specifically.
Yeah. And this is terrifying. Then we get the lightning you know, transformation stuff here.
Yep.
So, you know, the Titan's forming at this point
Right.
here.
And just look at how big the lightning is. Like,
but then you get the actual, like,
the actual explosion.
the actual fireball here.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And
Yeah.
on that day, Marley received a grim reminder that the Colossal Titan was, in fact, the strongest of all the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I love that it's
Yeah.
it's not about what the Colossal Titan does after it transforms. It's just the transformation itself. Like,
Yeah. And then the ship's lifted into the air by this.
yep.
Remember all those explosions in the OP?
Mm-hmm.
This makes those look like
Oh, like nothing.
nothing.
Yeah. Also, someone pointed out something out to me that I thought was really, really
Okay.
good. In addition to the whole thing of it could have that heat would have vaporized the water, which would have definitely added a lot to the explosion.
Okay.
But also, those are warships. They
Yeah.
were coming in to blow the shit out of like any of the Titans they needed to.
They had troops on them.
Yeah, but
But
the munitions.
Yeah.
Like, there would have been the fuel in the
Oh,
ships,
the
the
secondary
munitions in the
explosions
ships.
from the
There would have been
ships.
so many other explosions that would have happened from that. Because, yes, I totally get what people saying of, like, this seems a lot bigger than anything that Bertolt did.
yeah,
you know?
look at this.
But, like, there would have been a lot of extra things adding to that madness.
Yeah. Like this is I'm just showing a whole bunch of different stages of it because they decided to show tons of different stages of it. And just the way the kids are like, those are battleships.
Yeah.
And Magath's the only one with that like soldier
Get the
reticence.
hell out of
Like,
here.
you guys cannot be here. That shockwave hits you alone. It could like snap your neck for all I know. Like, like this is bad. And it does actually concuss, like not concuss, but the concussive force of it hits them like right in a few seconds here. It's the port, the only one who can do that, and then boom,
They get knocked off their feet.
like they get sent here, y'all.
Yeah.
Presentation wise, like this is just crazy. Yeah, it's episode 1. It's the episode 1 equivalent, but for Marley.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, just the action in this episode, but yeah, is crazy. And then, of course, they're bracing themselves.
Right.
You see them like digging into holding onto the railing here. It's like, yep, that's the Colossal Titan. They stole that from Bertolt. Yep, from Berutoto, from Burrito-chan. You know. They get stayed in barging here without a plan. After all, Porco goes back into his Titan and rushes in.
And to be fair, he actually does really well at the start.
Yes, I'm gonna
Like-
highlight that stuff.
Like, he does really well.
He does a really good job here.
Oh.
But look at him. Look at him. He's just full tilt, charged in. Yeah. Actually tilted Porco
Oh,
here.
definitely tilted.
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbolt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Well, and yes, for all the people that are like, what, but Bertolt just apparated into place in episode 1, episode 4 of season 1. Yes, that could be a potential plot hole. You know, it totally could be. But again, Titan shifters have control over the transformation. He was right next to the wall with all the colossal titans in there that they knew of. He probably didn't want to actually bust the wall.
That's
so it
very
would
true.
make sense that
And while Isayama definitely has like unveiled the story to be bigger and bigger over time, because that's just, that just seems to be how
you
he's
have
writing.
to do it. Yeah.
There are a couple things though that I would say that fit really well with how he's created the characters, so that
sure.
that transformation actually makes sense. This is Bertolt's probable first time using a Titan against anyone as an enemy, like them as an enemy.
No, he did do it. The first time he transformed was on an actual like city, basically.
Oh, that's
and,
right.
And it basically killed everybody.
Oh, that's
but,
right.
But the other thing is
Yeah,
that
maybe
it isn't.
not.
You know, it could totally be something where okay, not all the stuff lines up as you
Of course
create
not,
the story as
yeah.
you go on.
That makes sense.
But I also just want to point out that it's also different from the situation with Shiganshina, because with that, he fell a long ways, whereas with this, he didn't really fall. He just sort of appeared where he needed to be. So it's not like there would be some huge impact either in the ground. So
right.
that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah. So Porco breaks formation, and that leads to this. And holy crap, the blood.
Uh-huh.
The
War
speed
Chief,
at
here
which-
comes their attack.
The speed at which, like, Zeke gets completely taken out here.
Uh-huh.
The
In
blood
like
splatters
0.2 seconds.
is huge, showing just how fast Levi's moving here.
Just don't even see him. Like, because remember, the glowing blue Beyblade energy and stuff that the anime puts in there, that's to help us, the audience, track with what's going on.
Understand.
Because if he's really going that fast, you don't see it. You maybe get a blur.
Right.
Like,
Have any of you guys seen that fan art that was posted a while back of what Levi actually looks like when he's in Beyblade mode? It's like... Yeah, like, it's hilarious.
Wind drag.
Just show how ridiculously fast he must be moving. But there is no way. I would love it if this was actually like what was going on here, but there's no way in the meta sense that they would have
Zeke just die like this. Well, okay, let's go through the options then of what it is if Zeke isn't dead. Because it does seem weird.
I don't really want to do that too much yet.
All right.
The main thing that I want to just go into is that, well, Levi is so determined to do this that he's brought along a full-on like frag grenade charge pack of bombs. And he's gonna blow the hell out of him right here.
Yeah, like I forgot, how this exact thing went in the manga.
His look like this of just like, kids, you're not gonna want to see this, and then just boom. Like one of the things that's fun. Let's go, Levi.
About like not rereading the manga, leading up to the points in the anime, is that I can forget little things of how it goes. Yeah. I thought for a second he was going to throw the demo pack at them.
Oh.
It's like, I already took out Zeke, and now, But
that would seem a bit overkill, don't you think?
Yes, especially since, there's the kids there, and I don't know, who knows, maybe Levi's okay with that. But
Right. And also the fact that he cut open a chunk means that there's now a gaping hole.
Right.
So he's literally like, I'm going to chuck the bomb thing into the hole.
Yep.
It's what they learned from the Turkey Titan back in Season 3.
Right. You explode something on the surface, you might do nothing. You put it inside and you explode it. Whole other story.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have some bits.
We did have a couple bits that we forgot to read out here. Let me do those really quick. Oh, shoot, we actually missed a bunch here. Phoenix Master the 100 bits. The Warhammer Titans' last words were Eren Yeager. Do you have any last words? LOL. Yes.
Yep.
Zaldrix to the 100 bits. I like how Reiner holds Falco the way anime characters hold their hope. See any anime character holding a ball of light. Yeah, cool. The Rex stuff of the 100 bits. You brought up being curious why the explosion was so massive in your reaction. Pretty sure the reason why this explosion is so massive is because it turned all the water blood and steam into instantaneously vaporizing an entire bay. Big boom.
Oh, and they mentioned after that, they were like, wow, you mentioned that up, like you brought that up like almost exactly at the same time as I sent the bits.
And then the Rex stuff again with the 100 bits. Also, just look at Armin's Colossal compared to Bertholt's. Armin didn't skip Arm Day. Bertholtz didn't know what Arm Day was.
Yeah.
That is true, and we will get to the Crimson King's full display here in a second. But there is a very clear bit where, Magath ends up basically like
diving to protect them. Yeah,
to protect them, which is just awesome. Yep. But then the explosion goes off, and we don't see any body.
Yep.
We don't see any body here.
Again, to be fair, we didn't see any of the bodies of the troops that Peek and her crew turned to mist.
Yes, they don't have name
machine guns. No, I know.
They don't have royal blood.
Watch. Some of that blood just flies over and touches Eren.
Yeah.
And then suddenly...
The fact that they all react in this really strong way of like, holy shit, did we just lose Zeke?
Yeah, like, is this the beginning of the end kind of a thing?
Right. Just makes it extra more terrifying.
Yep.
But, yeah.
And I love how Peek, like lifts a leg up to, like, tilt the body up so that way...
let's get into this
the gunners
bit of
can actually, like,
here.
hit some of the people flying above them.
Yeah, because I mentioned during the reaction that the part above is probably where they'd be the most vulnerable.
And that just goes to show that she is kind of familiar with that, of, like, she has to,
but
she's got four legs.
This bit here...
Lots of different
she,
control
like,
points.
lifts up her right arm and shoulder and stuff to angle them to have a better view, basically. And that's just so freaking cool.
Oh, yeah.
This whole thing is just amazing. This is so freaking awesome. All right. Okay. Next bit here is we see I believe Sasha.
Yeah.
Pulling a Giga Brain move of being like, wait,
five
going
head.
after the Titan might be the wrong call here.
Right.
It might actually be better to just go for the guys with the machine guns.
Yeah, because they can't regenerate.
Yep.
Like,
and then she just pop.
Yep.
Hits one here. Oh, here's that
Yeah.
photo I wanted to zoom in on and be
Indeed.
like,
Yeah.
this guy is
Dad ass.
oh baby.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la
Also,
la,
I
indeed.
just want to
This is
point
also
out,
a different soldier. This is a different member.
yes,
of the
right. He
Panzer
doesn't have the glasses.
Right.
I do want to point something out that I find just so amazing about the fact that that photo is there.
Mm-hmm.
What is the technology level of Marley?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have cell phones and pocket cameras and such. They would have had to have a photographer go in with the whole, like thing and everything, like big flash bulb smoke and whatnot, like the card that comes out.
Maybe.
No, but like,
You
so
know.
taking a picture is a big deal. And he's like, excuse me, so
Please
just come
to
in.
to this room.
Yes, exactly. Please
would
come
need
into
you
this
to,
room, honey. Please assume the position. Yes. All right, we talked about this. All right, yep, it's perfect. All right, okay,
They have
take the
portable
picture.
cameras, Jacob. It's not.
They have
it's
portable
not that-
cameras?
It's not that early.
Oh, really? Because maybe it was
They
just
have
a difference.
Zeppelins that big, dude.
No,
Like,
because it was okay. I guess it just would have been a change from when Grisha got the
I mean,
the picture taken.
He might dabble in photography himself. He doesn't need to have someone else come in and
Do
take
they
a
have
picture.
color photos? I don't think they do.
I mean,
Has
I just,
that been shown?
I just love how you're trying to make this work by like.
Oh, they had handheld cameras at Willie's play? Really? Oh. Well, no. Yeah. But they're the big ass cameras. Like,
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
he
yeah.
could use one and learn how to use it.
okay, all right,
But okay,
sure.
Sasha, badass, certified badass, and
Yep.
I like that they showed her doing something that had nothing to do with fighting Titans. It's her using her hunter skills
Exactly.
in a way that makes sense here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a really fun little detail there. Jean though getting the just the move here though where
Mm-hmm.
he zips underneath. This is for last time.
Yeah.
Zips right underneath and rides along the ground here.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, this is so freaking cool.
And I love how he uses the shape of Peak's helmet to actually guide the Thunder Spear into her eye.
Right.
Because if you think about it, it's not curved, right? That'd be too complicated and whatnot, right? So it's just straight bits for the snout.
Yeah.
So he shoots it and it impacts here,
Right.
and then it glances and just slides right up into the eyeball, and then boom.
Because the explosion is not based on impact. It's when they release the pin
Exactly.
with
Yep.
the cord behind it there. So absolute genius move here. And I got to show you the explosion as well, because that was probably like one of the like one of the most terrifying little like yeah. Oh my god, he got her good right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Yep. So,
Well-
so you're saying no? I'm not gonna.
No.
Nothing
No,
about
don't
nothing
even
about
do it. Don't even
loads
do it.
or
Nope.
getting in the eye or anything.
Nope, nothing. Nothing.
I won't do it.
But then everyone else follows up, and a bunch of Thunder Spears are sent in.
Bye,
and-
Panzer Squad. Like,
Yeah. Panzer Squad's gone, but
Yep.
then they get a shot of Peak in the midst of the explosion, and her words that she yells out are for her Panzer unit.
Like I
Like,
mentioned this on the Discord, and I want to know what you think about this, Caleb. And I definitely don't want to get into comparison territory, but personally, Panzer Unit hurt me more than Levi Squad.
oh,
Like
Really?
because Levi Squad, like it
we
was
just met Panzer unit.
no,
though.
I know.
I think
but-
you maybe have something different with regards to your time you spent probably thinking about individual story beats in the manga, because it's a month in between.
that
stuff.
is true, and I did totally binge through the first season of Attack on Titan when I first watched it. But
Yeah,
There's
I don't think
something-
it did for me, but I see what you're saying.
But
though.
it was, for me, it was because it was so quick, both with the introduction of the characters and the way they were then taken out of the story. Because with Levi Squad, there was this element of, okay, we get to know them a bit, and then they're taken out. But like, I know they're going to be taken out.
I got
right?
you.
Like the all right, I'll trust in the power of Nakama and friendship and things like that, right? And it's like, oh, that's not going to work, right? It's just a question of when.
Yeah, but I don't have any expectations regarding the Panzer Squad being in the story at all.
No,
they don't
I know.
even have names.
I
Really.
can't even
Well,
properly.
they did actually a little bit in this episode give them names, like Carlo, you know.
They're so Jacob finds them relatable.
Ah.
No, but there was something about it where I felt like the way that they just sort of like quickly didn't really spend much time on them, but there was very clearly a past there. There was emotion and stuff that was shown. The pictures in the capsules or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
To me, that sounds like I cared so little about either of them that I care about the Panzer Squad more.
maybe or maybe it's just the fact that it's that combined with the fact that it's the good guys killing them.
See, okay.
Like-
So the way I'm just framed this for you is you cared about the Levi squad because of the way when Levi came to Petra's body.
Yes.
And then
right.
afterwards, when Petra's father comes by, and is
Exactly.
like,
yeah. Right. Not because of what happened in the moment. Right.
Yeah, but that still means that for me it hits way harder the Panzer unit.
Yeah.
For me, it hits harder with the hardest with the Panzer unit the way that Peak reacts here.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
well,
it.
Well, and that's what I mean.
Because I care about Peak.
Well, right. I'm not talking about like all the stuff that we get as a result of their deaths, but like the immediate like act of when they're killed and the response that I got from it. But yeah.
Strange. Oh yeah, the content warning should have been for this episode too.
Yeah, we got a
I'm not gonna shy away
Miura
from this.
eyeball.
You want to see a little berserk in your Attack on Titan?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Kento Miura, I believe.
Kentaro Miura.
Kentaro? One of those two. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Miura, basically. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, berserk. Ay. Oh yeah, we didn't read this in the reactions. Let's do it
Oh.
here, actually. New ODM gear? Oh, right. No, I read this on the rewatch. That's right. Yeah, gear used by the Parody Islands forces, which utilizes compressed gas and wire hooks fired from special equipment to allow their soldiers to nearly mimic flight.
Ah, yes.
So no more like what are they hooking onto debate anymore. They can nearly mimic flight.
Right, because it's also, I believe it's shooting from the arms, so they have a lot more control of where they point it. Whereas before they had to like turn their whole body and hips and stuff to point at something.
But this is the thing I didn't mention that I wish I had mentioned.
Oh,
If we had gone back and checked this out in the reaction. Though previously unavailable with the Islands technology, the gear includes semi-automatic pistols.
Mm-hmm.
Nani? What?
Yeah. Along with special swords, and some soldiers are even armed to fire shells, enabling superior anti-personnel and anti-Titan combat.
Methinks some technological harvesting from those boats that they sent across to go check out Parody.
I see.
Because previously unavailable with the Islands technology? Semi-automatic pistols, the jump between that and just, regular, like fire reload, because even the things that Kenny's group had canisters
Right,
that
and
they
then
would connect to.
Yep.
It was just
And
a
that's why they
ranged
did-
evolution of the swords, basically.
Right, and that's why they did the shotgun thing, because they wanted to fire as much as they could to
So
make
they
sure
couldn't
that
miss.
so they couldn't miss, and each one would guarantee a kill. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get Armin's destruction. Does this shot not remind you of the spot with the nuke going off in Code Geass? Where it just has the big hole in the middle?
Yeah,
of the
it
city?
totally does.
Now, this looks way better. Like, infinitely better.
Oh yeah, it's excellent.
But look
I
how
love it.
small the
The
whole
ships are and
environment
everything.
looks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the ships, yeah, for sure. But just the environment in general. Like, everything is from so far back, in a way.
Yep.
that
Yeah,
you're
like all those little
you're
squares are buildings.
Right. And those are ships
Right.
upturned there.
It's one of those things where I feel like, and granted, yes, this is definitely a bigger explosion than what we've seen Bertolt do and stuff.
Right.
For sure. But 60 meters.
Yeah.
How big is that exactly? Wait,
Is it
hold
50
on.
or 60?
60, because it was
right.
the
The walls are 50
The walls are
meters
50.
tall. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
But the full display. And let's count them. 3, 6, 9. The 18 pack that Armin has.
Abs in Attack on Titan can get pretty crazy. They do have to train for that.
Right.
ODM
I
gear
gotcha.
after all.
I just love to have that moment where Armin is like, having
Mm-hmm.
his first, first time, you know, and he's
Yeah.
just like, you know, he strips, and they're like, "Oh, baby, like,
Right.
how'd you get those?" And
Suddenly,
he's like, "I don't
suddenly
want to talk
Historia's
about
like,
it."
yeah. Cracks her neck, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god, the joke's on it.
But
all right.
I will say,
But this is the Crimson King, y'all.
this is the Crimson King, and it is glorious.
And let's
Now-
get his face here. His face, I love how it looks different from
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 Bertoltz.
Bertoltz.
Also, that shot right there, where
Yeah, yeah.
there's the red glow and everything,
Yeah,
that feels.
the Evangelion.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Uh-huh.
Which I definitely appreciate.
Yeah. I've actually been wanting to rewatch Evangelion recently, so I've been going through a couple of the earlier episodes, and it's very cool to kind of go back after all these years. But yeah, it's an angel.
Yep.
Oh
Also, so I'm about to do some sacrilege right here.
no!
I'm going to piss so many people off with this statement. So many people. I don't care.
What is he gonna say?
And this is not saying you did a bad job at all, Mappa. You did fantastic. Armin looks fantastic as the Colossal Titan.
Right.
I actually think he would have looked better in CG.
Oh.
Like, just all you CG haters out there. Look at Armin Colossal Titan, then look at the other Titans. Which do you prefer?
I think there's a very clear.
I know there's a lot of
preference
people
with a
that
lot of
still
people
prefer
there.
the 2D, but I would put it to you. I would put it to you that it's more nostalgia for all the moments that we got with 2D rather than actually looking at the new stuff that we have right here. Yeah. I know, right? Blasphemy! You can't be serious. How dare you? Get out! Yeah.
I don't know, because I'll go back to the part where we saw him in full like view and stuff. But like, hey, here we go. There's a nice look here. Also,
Yeah.
I love.
Looks fantastic. What I'm saying is nothing against how he looks here, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Well, okay. So I think the reason why you're saying this though is the Colossal Titan doesn't move really.
Okay.
So you're more just like, well, he's there, and he looks great. But maybe you just wanted to see him do little micro movements or something. But
Well,
the
no.
Colossal Titan doesn't really do those.
No, it's not that. I'm gonna go back to the old example of CG in Attack on Titan that is underappreciated, but is fantastic.
What Shiden said. Yeah, I agree. The doesn't move enough for the CG to have any advantage here. Yeah, I agree.
Here's the reason why I think it would.
Uh-huh.
And well, actually, who knows? Maybe it's a technical thing where because it didn't move that much, they didn't want to create the whole model because that's probably for more like when you're going to use it a lot rather than a little.
I see.
Who knows?
Sure.
But
And given that he immediately jumps into the
Exactly.
Zeppelin basically after
yeah,
this.
and given all the detail on the face and stuff, I can imagine that would be very difficult to do in 3D.
Right.
But the walls in season 1 of Attack on Titan being 3D, and you never notice it, right? You don't realize it, and then you're like, oh, wait, holy shit. Yeah, the walls were 3D the whole time, right? And it was fantastic, right? Because they're big and imposing. It's the physicality of it, right? It's fantastic. You don't need to have it for people. I totally get why 3D gets complicated, right? Uncanny Valley, all that stuff. But for something like the Colossal Titan, the biggest of all the Titans, the god of destruction, it felt weird to me to actually see it in 2D, even though, again, it looked amazing. It was done fantastically. When all of the other Titans are in 3D and they're smaller. It gave it felt like it, like staring at it, it had less of a sense of gravity to it in the visuals. Like, yeah.
All right. But yeah, our boy.
Yep.
He's got 9 years left.
Yeah. 9 years left.
That's just sad. I wanted to see him grow old and write the story of this whole thing.
I mean, he could do it in 9 years, you know. Assuming he lives that long.
It's just sad. Like, I wanted him to have a family. I wanted him to have kids. Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. So then he
Totally sober, chat.
Yeah.
Totally sober. 100%.
Are these the sort of sights that you saw?
Oh, it's such a good line.
Okay, let's get this close up here. Yeah, look at our boy here. Look at him. Look at him. It's like he's talking directly to Berthold. Like, is this what it was like for you?
And I can't remember if this was something they did for Berthold, but I love that his cheeks have the same kind of striations of like stretched skin with all the muscle beneath the surface that the Colossal Titan does.
Yeah, it's almost like he jumped out of the Titan a bit too quickly. Like he should have let it chill a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah.
Ripped off parts of his skin and stuff. I mean, I'm assuming that's actually what your muscle looks like. Your muscle tissue looks like underneath your face a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
Skin only
more
goes
or less. Pretty
down.
close.
Skin only goes down a little
Only
bit before
down
you
so
hit the
far, yeah.
subcutaneous layer. But yeah.
Yep. The
Here's our
whole
boy.
kid that he sees, end credits of season 3. Yep.
So, leaps up, gets onto the Zeppelin and stuff, but we have here a little moment with Jean and Falco.
That repeat of early season 3. What do you do? Can you kill a person? Oh, can you kill a kid that's screaming, crying, begging, please don't do this? Like, the conflict that we had, and I love that it's done after we get to see Armin, right? Because back in early season 3, right, they have this conflict, this decision they have to make, and Armin's the one who makes the decision. He kills the person, right? And then they later realize, no, they were actually hesitating too. That's why I got the chance to do it.
Right.
Now here, Armin nukes the shore.
Yep.
Countless civilians dead.
Yeah.
Now Jean has the thing of, I need to kill these people.
Right.
Oh, but this is someone that means me no harm. Someone that doesn't have a weapon, a civilian. You know, he doesn't know he's a wit, right? Just some kid there screaming, don't shoot, please stop.
Flock was just earlier being like, let's kill them all.
Yeah.
And Jean's the one that's like, whoa, we're
Hold
supposed
on
to
now.
cool down here and limit casualties. But he is blocking a Titan.
Yeah.
So Jean makes the call here, and we
Right.
see it in his eyes in this next little clip.
Yeah,
here.
he fires, but maybe because of that bit of hesitation, you know, then Pete comes out, the steam blows it away.
Yep, he did hesitate.
Lose your
though.
chance, you know?
He did hesitate.
Yeah. Like can you imagine how much even worse this would be if, say, you know, Falco just hadn't been there? John kills Peak right there. I mean, Peak still could die, you know.
Right.
But
Yeah, he's like, I missed. Was it because of the steam or?
yeah.
But then they see Peak get out of the Titan, so they're like, "Oh, it's time! Let's get her! Let's get her!"
And let's just this shot.
like, look at this.
Peak is
Look
so
at this.
done. Like,
Peak is spent, y'all.
uh-huh.
Look at Falco. He's about to die here.
Yep.
Ah.
He's just trying to do what he can.
But yeah, it's just. And I believe Magath jumps in with the troops and they save.
They save them. They get them out of there.
Save them. Yeah.
But yeah, that is a great point. Yeah. When it came right down to it, even if Jean hesitated, he still ended up firing that Thunder Spear.
Yep.
Not knowing that Peak would block it away. He was ready to kill Falco if it meant killing Peak.
Yep.
Like, how would you have felt about that, Caleb?
Oh, if Jean.
If Jean did it and just killed them both right there.
Oh, yeah.
Falco
but
and Peak.
There's no way. There's no.
But he
way.
made the decision to do it. He intended to do it.
I know. I don't care. See, I'm thinking about it entirely meta. You guys don't realize how my brain works sometimes and assume that like no. Falco, if he died then. Sometimes it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
But you guys got to realize that sometimes in stories they tell you they won't do things.
And you've got to hold on to those things whenever you see them to
No,
just
no,
be
no,
like,
you-
it's going to be okay.
It's not a got to. You just cannot. You cannot. Like, I cannot accept Falco dying here.
Gotcha.
It would be a violation of what the story has set up. There are times in stories where they do that intentionally. And subverting expectations. But subverting expectations is not entirely accurate. They usually foreshadow the thing, but they foreshadow other stuff as well.
And in the situations where they don't, and it really is subverting expectations.
For the sake of it.
For the sake of it, that's actually what the story has led you to expect and desire anyways.
Right.
Right? The thing, like, yeah. So any times that subverting expectations is actually used, I as a main reason for doing something, I hate it. Because even when it's done well, it's not actually subverting expectations, except for maybe the very first time.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm kind of glad that in some ways a lot of the general like audience of people who watch TV shows, stories, anime and stuff has kind of come around on this.
Yep.
Because
a lot of sacrifices along the way to get there.
Yeah, it took a while. It took a Game of Thrones, a couple other shows, a couple other movies and things like that. And then people are like, "Oh yeah, subverting expectations can be really bad." It's like, yes.
In fact, usually it's bad.
Usually, it's,
like, because Red Wedding, Game of Thrones versus say ending. And this is Attack on Titan, so I'll keep it short. But those are great examples. Now, Red Wedding, did it have things building up to it? Yeah, sure, right. But that was something that people liked that stuff. Even though they hated it, they liked it.
Yeah,
right?
It's good to have an outlet of it. I would say that stories in general need to have some element of surprise. We're not talking about having no surprises. It's the idea of whether or not you caught the foreshadowing.
Sure.
But contradicting foreshadowing is different than just having the foreshadowing
when
be
Jamie
very
says,
subtle or too subtle, potentially.
When Jamie decides to retcon his entire character arc and a lot of the most crucial scenes where he opens up vulnerably as a character, that's when you tend to piss people off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the difference of something of where if you're doing something for shock and awe with regards to the plot, that's one thing. But if it's something that bastardizes a character's development for the sake of that,
there's a trust relationship between the audience and the creator, right? Whether you're talking about a book, a show, or a manga, whatever, right? That you're going to take them somewhere and that it is going to be somewhere that they want to be taken, right?
Yeah.
Or no, that you are going to take them in a specific direction. If that's not a direction they want to be taken, they go to a different story.
Let's go back to Attack on Titan.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, we've just harped on this a bit too much, I think. Okay, let's go for Porco being a badass despite being solo against Eren here.
Yep.
So we have him leaping into attack here, right? And we think, oh, well, he's quick. Okay. He's tried to wait until he had a good angle on Eren to leap in. Eren full on punches him mid-flight.
Yeah.
While Porco gets hit, he ends up taking the punch here.
And biting his arm off.
Biting his whole, hand and, wrist and forearm off here.
Yep.
And it is glorious. Then uses
the arm.
And uses the arm as leverage here with
to
this
go back
here,
to the body.
To then do a full reversal here. Like this is kind of why you need the 3D. Like a little bit. Because
you can't do motion like this.
Smooth motion would just take maybe more time than what they have.
Yeah.
But the way he swipes at his face here, like he's got his arm and elbow basically locked in between his two legs there, so he's got full leverage on him. And this is the only arm Eren has free. Remember, he's still holding the Warhammer Titan in his left hand.
And I suppose he could use it as a rock to beat him with, but
well, I think he does. That's the
he does
kind of
much worse.
He kind of does it as a defensive thing, but yeah. Like he's taking chunks out of Eren there.
Yep. Like this is something that I love because it's not that it's who knows what would have happened. Eren versus Porco just in and of itself, right? Now, Eren did end up kind of beating him eventually because of the whole thing with Lara, right?
Right, yeah.
But if not for that, Eren could have been beaten here. And that makes it be something where Porco running in and not doing the smart, level-headed thing.
Crazy, yeah.
I can get behind that decision a lot more because he has the competence to back up his actions. Now, there are environmental factors he did not account for, and that's why he ended up losing. But if not for those, he would have done really well. If not for the fact that he actually, even if it was something where Eren has Lara in her cocoon, but let's just say his claws just didn't scratch her, then it wouldn't have been a problem. It's like, okay, you've got this one thing that can block me, but who cares? I'm faster than you.
But Eren clues in here.
Right.
It's like, oh.
And then suddenly it gets it gets complicated.
Yep.
And then when he leaves, oh no, Mikasa's hiding because
Yep.
little tiny speck of a human that can take you down.
Oh, I
you
love the way Mikasa and Eren are working together throughout this, even though they're not coordinating like at all.
Right. Even though Mikasa is the come home, I don't agree at all with what you're doing.
Yep.
They work great together.
Also, little fun thing here, little continuity bit. The Warhammer Titan spikes
Are still there.
are still there on the ground. That's just a nice little thing that's
Yep.
just good to acknowledge specifically. But yeah, she swipes in, dislodges the two of them from each other.
And then he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna
grab the high ground here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the holy crap, he's way better at this than Ymir was.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been training for this.
Yeah, and for anybody that wants to talk about like plot holes, probably in Attack on Titan, Ymir and the Jaw Titan, I would actually probably say is the biggest sign of like Isayama didn't have everything planned, because
that's okay.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
I'll tell you guys, you don't have to be someone that plans out everything in advance to be an amazing writer and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
That's-
In a lot of ways, the fact that so much of it isn't planned out from the beginning makes it more impressive, because that means how do you come up with stuff and have it still work?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. But yeah, that was a really close swipe.
Yeah,
and
then Laura just looking down at the actual like scratch out of the cocoon, just being like, uh-oh.
Yep. Then we jump back to our little wits here. They're panicking. Peak's not regenerating.
Nope.
This is really bad. Wait. Where's Reiner? You said Eren Yeager got him and he's not moving. Bring us back to the whole thing of where, crap. Like,
Yeah, more of a nitpick than an actual plot hole, probably.
Yeah. Overemphasizing specific words when it's just trying to get the idea that something wasn't planned doesn't mean it's a plot hole.
Right. But
but-
then Falco's like,
Well, I don't know, but he's underground behind the stage. But
maybe.
I love this bit. I think we should leave Reiner out of it. And there's two kind of stages of animation here.
Looking down into the side, like not sure if he even can bring himself to say it.
Like, I'll just say, this bit of animation here, where they show his lip. Like, actually, like, I think this is maybe something that's just with the angle being a little funny, but it might have been intentional. His bottom lip is out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And this is a kid thing of, like, I'm a little bit ashamed. I'm a little bit like, down.
Yeah.
I messed up.
Right.
It's the puppy dog thing of, like,
Uh-huh.
I've disappointed you. And this is something where he blames himself
sure.
for where Reiner's position is in.
This whole thing, too, because he sent out the letters.
Yep.
Like, he sent out the letters, and then on top of that, he realizes that when he's been trying to do some good and help people out, turns out Reiner's been wanting to die this whole time, and I didn't realize it. I was thinking of, how do I make it so that Gabby isn't the next Armored Titan?
Yeah. But then the way he, like, goes from, like, I'm not sure about this to, oh, but no, I'm thinking we should leave Reiner out of it. Like, he's emphatic here. He's like, please.
Yeah.
Like
the emotion, like, gurgles under the surface and then comes out.
Like, all in a big rush.
Yep.
And it's something where you can almost feel that he's been in a position most of his life where he takes orders. And so he's not even allowed to say, like, don't bring Reiner into this. It's the,
right.
Hey, like,
I'm thinking,
like, please, like,
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe if we can, like, not have Reiner get involved in this.
I'm not even wanting to tell you why, because, like someone said in chat, I'm not wanting to tell you that your cousin just asked the enemy to kill him.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't heard that. I don't want you to hear that.
Yeah.
I know how much you look up to Reiner. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe we should leave him out of it.
Yeah. And then only 3 minutes later or 5 minutes later, he's like, well, Reiner, please save us. But then Gabby's character here. But wait, why did they have to die?
Yeah.
And what about Udo? What about Zofia? What about all the people Eren Yeager killed? Doesn't he deserve to have the punishment, like, brought down on him that Reiner could bring? Like, Reiner could solve this whole thing right here and kill him. So why wouldn't you? Why not?
Oh, one of the things I also love about this is the whole idea of Udo and Zofia, because Falco, this is the first time he's actually heard that they're dead. Now, he's been with them for a while. They're not here. He's put 2 and 2 together, right? But now he actually, Gabby's saying it. What about Udo and Zofia? What about all that, right?
That's a good point.
And Falco basically has to reconcile
Falco
that.
wasn't even there.
He wasn't
So
even
he
there.
didn't even know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Someone said that in chat just now. Yeah.
And he certainly didn't see it, right? Like that has a whole other kind of like visceral effect, right?
Yeah.
Gabby saw Udo get trampled.
Yeah.
She saw the legs sticking out from under that rubble.
Yeah. So Gabby goes off, Zeppelin shows up, and hell yeah, Hanji is here. Oh my god. When Hanji was there, it was just
Zeppelins.
all right.
A Zeppelin.
All right. And I love her get up here. I love her get
With
up
the eye
so
patch
much.
and everything. And
Yeah, but there's still like, the glasses like going completely over it. So it's not like she's got like something that's just on one eye, like a goggle, because it's
right. It's
No,
more
no,
like
no.
one of her glasses is dark, Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that's kind of cool here, Onyankopon.
Everyone in the fandom basically is like, how do we pronounce this name? But yeah.
Onyankopon.
Onyankopon. Yeah.
I am very curious as to his character.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple things that are kind of assumed a little bit with regards to just
Onion coupon, oh my god.
Onion coupon, oh my god.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that are just kind of assumed with regards to Attack on Titan's whole, geographical setup. This guy's not from Parody.
No. There was no one of color on Parody.
Nope.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan was very pasty white for those first few seasons.
That sort of European kind of.
Yep, and the naming conventions as well. There's a very specific set of nationalities that would be kind of extrapolated based on the names of the people that were on Parody.
Right.
So this guy is more and more evidence that there are people outside of Parody that are working with them in this whole operation.
Yep.
And I didn't even really think twice about it during the reaction. But on rewatch, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there you go. Pretty cool. But it's probably where they needed someone that actually knew how to fly the Zeppelin.
Well, and maybe also potentially where they got the Zeppelin.
Right, right. But yeah, sneak through the zone, low and slow, follow the lights, pick up everyone. We've only got one shot, so any stragglers are out of luck. So they know their route that they're taking before they'll leave, basically.
Yep.
And then they know how close they can get, because it's really hard to judge height sometimes. When you're in something like that far up, you don't know, okay, how close are we? Okay, the lights tell us, based on visibility and stuff like that. Even though it is nighttime and we can see some things because of the big explosion that just happened earlier.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be guaranteed to have that. That's why the lights is pretty smart.
And also, I do like the idea that they don't come in until well after Armin detonates.
Yes.
Because don't want just like a random piece of debris just going up and taking them out of the sky.
Yeah. But talk about a reckless plan. You get possessed by Erwin or something.
You're just saying that to be nice to him.
Yeah.
Or,
Hanji. You never know with Hanji, right?
Yeah.
Hanji, bless her. I love Hanji's character so much. Hanji is probably up there with maybe my 5th or 6th favorite character. Really high up there. So yeah. Hoping we get more of her in the next episode. I can only hope if it means his strength is with me. Now that it's come to this, if we can't recover Eren and the others, there's no future for us.
That's never happened before.
Wow.
That's basically been the show up till this point.
That has been
if we can't recover Eren, then there's no future.
Yep. It is kind of the reliant structure of how the general elements of humanity. Well, I mean, our side of humanity in this case now that we know about Marley and everything. That's how they've been needing to move forward just in general. But okay, we've got the squad,
Yep.
and they're going to be trying to escape. But then I love that Porco's like, no.
Yeah, not
No.
happening. Like, and
No.
like this isn't going to be a problem at all. Like, I can take out that big
You think
thing.
you're escaping on that? No, not happening.
Yeah.
I love how quick he is to leap towards things and do everything himself, and that ends up being his downfall here.
Yeah, because that was the thing that he was always frustrated by. He wasn't able to leap into,
wasn't able to be
parity with
involved
them,
in all
right?
that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So now, anytime he gets the chance, he's like, all right, that's the biggest priority. I'm going to run after it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no, Anakin, no. Yeah. Yeah.
And immediately upon leaping over the cover,
Like,
I
let's
love
just
this.
let's show
Look
this.
at this. Look at these eyes.
She is
Mikasa
ready.
Ackerman
Yep.
with just blades ready. Just
You activated my trap card.
I also really like, I mentioned this in the discussion of the reaction, but the idea of the Jaw Titan having this like plated like armor thing here where we have a visor of sorts here, I think that would limit his visibility of his peripherals.
Sure,
To
could
where
be.
he wouldn't see Mikasa here. She gets
Wouldn't
advantage
see down
on this
below,
stealth
yeah.
check. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. All right, but it's glorious what happens. And hey, when did you censor yourself, buddy? It was shit before, but now it's shoot? Oh, well, okay. And legs off.
Yeah. You say shit for other things, but when your legs get cut off, it's shoot.
Yep. Oh, but the fact that it kind of killed his angle on the jump and stuff and made him like lean too far forward.
Yeah.
Like that little bit of animation of just him falling is just really good. I really like it.
Yeah, because
Like,
the Jaw Titan has always been kind of a forward, like the legs have always been kind of stubby and the
But they could be
arms.
right, but if he has them, he can kind of balance himself with how he's going to land properly. But no, he eats dirt, and almost immediately after that, we get this just, oh, you done goofed the look from Eren.
Yeah.
And this just whole sequence here is so terrifying. And you can see it in Porco's eyes. He's like, oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like
I can't defend myself. I can't get
Nope.
away.
my
It's
speed,
all
my
gonna
one
happen right
advantage
here.
is gone. Like this, it really does kind of feel like the whole, like, I mean, I made the whole joke, of Helsing and all that stuff, but it really does kind of feel like Alucard with the whole thing of, all right, now your legs are gone and I'm going to rip off everything else too. Like
Yeah.
there's something about this scene and how it goes, other than just the general brutality of it, of
Yeah.
ripping limbs
Yoink.
off and things. But
Smash.
for some reason, it's the idea of like, it feels so cold the way that Eren's doing it, even though the things that he's doing is so brutal, because he's
Yeah.
being very methodical about it.
Right,
Okay,
he's doing what he needs to do. It's a
yeah,
war.
right. I need to rip off his limbs so that way he doesn't squirm and move around and do things, because I just
Right.
need the jaw, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll do that, and I needed to throw him off the roof. That way I could, pick him up proper.
Yep.
All right, so I just do that. And then the arms going and slamming into the buildings with all the blood, like a certain fight from Evangelion.
Yeah. End of Evangelion.
And
yeah.
also that first season bit where the arm goes flying and impacts right next to Erwin.
with Annie and
Yep.
Eren fighting and their Titans.
Yeah, you were talking all that good shit a moment ago.
And then what an ingeniously simple
Yep.
idea. And it is so
effective.
It's so dark.
Oh yeah.
Because you're thinking
it's
like,
twisted.
wait, he's doing the thing that he probably really shouldn't do. He could be potentially giving Porco a Titan here.
Yeah, that's why he's got to worry about the gravity and hold him upside down.
The fact that memes aside here, even though
Yeah.
I'm going to mention the one here, there has been the meme a couple times of the eat this, and then the character shoves something in the mouth of the other character.
Whether it's Eren and Mikasa or the ice cream cone or Levi and Zeke.
Or
even
But in this
Reiner.
case here, we now have Jacob. Don't you dare! Don't.
No, I know.
I'm only counting this one as that
Yeah.
in Attack on Titan thus far. In season 4, this is our first eat this,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh, that's a good point.
it's terrifying.
Well, okay, no. If Porco had just eaten Lara, if he had just bit down, then the problem is that then Eren would have just eaten Porco.
Yes.
Like,
No,
because
I'm-
Porco's not
I'm-
protected. Yeah,
I'm aware,
Well, but it got me for a second. I was like, wait, hold on. But yeah.
Right, but then Reiner would have
Yep.
showed up and he
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
be able
exactly.
to necessarily eat them immediately. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
But this being something that is so simple and easy to figure out, but I didn't necessarily think about it as being, well, in the mouth because of the aspect of potentially eating then the user. Because I just saw the claws rake the ball, the sphere, and it was just like, oh, well, cool. Just use it as a defensive tool and be like,
Which
try
would
to
have
swipe
still
at
worked
me.
pretty well.
Yeah, it would have. But no, this is way better.
Yeah.
This is way better.
I'm collecting the God Rocks. This is a way I can do it.
As a writer, it feels like the kind of thing of where Isayama wanted to have an iconic image show up. Where he's like, I want to have one Titan crushing another Titan in its jaws in that little like shell thing there, but I'm gonna have another Titan that's forcing the jaws of that Titan to crush it.
Yep.
Like, I'll bet you the design of the jaw Titan might have been because of Isayama thinking of something like
I'm gonna
this.
do this. This
Like,
is great.
This is like
I'm gonna have another thing like Annie, and then I'm gonna there we go.
and then like this is just so iconically Attack on Titan.
Well, the other thing I want to point out here is that
Oh wait, I'm not showing the image here. Hold
Oh
on.
right,
There
yeah,
we go.
yeah.
You guys
So
see this.
there are a few reasons why I love this because it's twisted on so many layers. The fact that you're using one person and forcing them to kill someone else,
Right,
that's dark in and of itself. But then there's how helpless both of them are.
Yeah.
Both of them literally cannot move.
Nope.
Porco's Titan limbs are ripped off and his inside is Titan. Lara, she is in stasis basically. Her eyes can rotate and that's it.
Yeah.
And then the fact that it takes a while, that Aaron's like, okay, gotta line this up right. Okay, I'm squeezing, but it hasn't broken yet, but it's coming eventually, you know? And then the drinking and swallowing of the blood.
Yeah, but they really slowed this down to show her face as Porco's like, stop, please, stop. And then it just shatters in just blood, viscera, gore, and just like the shards of the crystal everywhere. It's just
Oh yeah, and the
like,
shards of
look
the
at
crystal,
this.
I mean, they're beautiful. The way they sparkle in the night light. And then there's all the blood.
Oh, Mikasa crying too. That's right. Yeah, let me find that bit here. There's a bit here in the middle of it where it's not that she's crying, but she's looking on with like sadness. And
but there are tears in her eyes.
There are tears welling up in her eyes there. Look at this.
Yep.
So I'm not going to show it with the motion, but you guys can do it on your own.
With the
footage
motion,
there.
it's especially obvious. Yeah.
But there's a little bit of liquid welling up and doing the little wiggle
Yep.
at the bottom of her eyes there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like there's been these similarities, right, up till now of like the you're doing the same kind of things that, you know, the Titans did that sent us down this path, right? You know, all the people in the apartment building and stuff. But Titans never did this to us. Like
well,
I mean,
it's just that it's
the
her
end result
brother.
is the same. They're being killed. Well, yeah, and it's also her brother, right?
And it's the whole thing of him feeling like he's forced to doing this or that he must do this, and her whole thing before of Aaron come home.
But do you really think he's ever coming home?
No.
Can he come home? Like, is
Aaron might have? Yeah.
The boy that you knew
Gone
died
he is.
at some point. Yeah.
Consumed by paths. Yeah.
Or just keep it with the Star Wars reference of, you know, anger and rage, you know.
I mean, it says Darth Vader in the actual quote.
Well, okay, but you know,
But
the dark side is what I meant.
Yes, I got you. But then this is Attack on Titan. Let's get all the bloody, just drinking it all up.
When Aaron said he wanted
Yeah.
to suck the marrow out of life, I didn't think that he meant this.
Yeah. Okay, but I was so laughing so hard when you said that is so metal, dude. Yeah, that's what I said, I think, because I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it is. It's terrifying that this is happening.
Write out what is happening here. Script it yourself, and then read it out loud to someone who doesn't know anything about Attack on Titan. They'll be like, that is seriously screwed up.
Yep.
Or if they, for some reason, get hyped about it, they'll be like, well, that is
Damn.
equivalent of
Yeah.
that's pretty metal, you know,
Uh-huh.
like that's pretty.
Yep. And the way that
His pupils dilate here.
well, the way his pupils dilate, but also okay, with all the stuff that's happening here, the question is that why is Aaron doing it, right? And
Getting another Titan.
well, yeah, right, getting another Titan, right. But like this battle, right? It's the whole thing of I had no choice, right? But the debate is, right, is how much of it is no choice versus how much of it is just that you wanted to do this, right? Because you want revenge, etc., all of that stuff, right? So here, even though he is not getting any traditional direct pleasure from this happening necessarily, right?
No.
He has a physical pleasure, you could almost say, by the power, you know, like, and then the eyes dilating and all of that stuff. Because why make it simple?
Yeah, and then Porco's gonna get eaten here too.
Yep.
He's given up basically. Aaron is smashing his face over and over and over again into the ground. Magath's even like, no, not Gallard too. And then Gabby.
Yeah.
In that beautiful, beautiful voice acting.
Yep.
You got to hear that again. Let's hear it again. Dude. Let's hear it again. Holy crap! I've listened to this bit probably about 6 times already.
You have. Oh boy, that is impressive.
Just. That is such good voice acting. I wish I could have you guys hear this and stuff, but just go to the part where she just lets out
you know
that
what we're talking about.
And it just continues. Daskete.
Like you can hear the vocal cords straining.
Holy crap, that is so good. Oh, everyone's basically inspired by Yuki Kaji and the voice acting thing, and they're like, we're not about to be like, we're not about to be giving in some half-ass performance here. Let's go, let's go. But I just love that it's Gabby first, and Magath. Oh, that's not Magath.
No, that's
Oh, that's just some random soldier.
Yeah, we've seen him before, but yeah.
Okay. But just Gallard is about to get eaten. Help us. And it's just the different levels of volume you hear.
Oh yeah, it's
as it's translating.
Absolutely
through.
fantastic.
I should at least show an image of the bit where she is. Moved the mic.
Oh, whoops!
Take that away from the mic, please. I mean the
mouse.
The mouse. I'm sorry, I can't speak here. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Just her full on scream. Just absolute just fear. Let me get a better one here. There's one as she's like on her way out where you can see more of the emotion. It's still blurry.
Yeah.
Let me find one of the parts where they have just the two of them together screaming. All right. Hold on. Where's the part where it's both of them? Is that it here?
Yeah, it's for a second.
Okay. So it's a very short bit of time here. Oh, okay, so we don't actually see Falco.
No, I thought we did. Maybe not.
I
Okay, yeah, no, I guess not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the shot from behind when they're in the building. Yeah.
But just the hey, please be quiet, you know?
Yeah.
Right. I guess it's this bit here, and you can tell that Falco is still
is joining in,
screaming in it as well.
Yeah.
But it just so powerful, and then Peak's hearing this as well, just like. Because I mean, she was the one that was getting on Porco's ass for like berating Reiner.
Oh,
in the room, like really early on in season 4, and now here she's hearing him being called out to save them. And it's just like,
Okay, so we do see it. It's just later. Okay.
Is it? I don't see it. I mean, I am skipping around a bit, so maybe it's like a micro frame.
Yeah, it's probably
kind.
Just like for like half a second.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Yeah.
I found it. It's a little bit before. Yeah, so here we go. It's at 21:21, I believe. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Here's our little wits. Like, just the fact that, like, see, for me, it's really the part when you hear Gabby, like, screaming it for the first time that just, it moves my heart and stuff. But it's then the idea that Falco's like, okay, I'm joining in as well. I believe in you too, buddy.
Well, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to depend on you again. Still.
Yeah.
Because we do need you. Mm-hmm. You're the only one that can help.
Yeah. I just, I'm a sucker for this stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm a sucker for this stuff, y'all.
I mean, even if a person wasn't a sucker for this kind of thing, it works so well.
It works really well here. And then just hey, please be quiet. Cut it. Yeah, and then the soldier's like, hey, cut it out, you brats. But then
you're going to give away our position and get us all killed.
Yeah, why won't you guys?
Mm-hmm. Which also, that shot is so wonderful.
This shot.
But the fact that they actually like scream out to Reiner, help us, that goes to show how much they trust that he will save them. Because they are doing something that will get them all killed if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And yet they still belt it out at the top of their lungs.
Yeah. It's just... Yep. Mm-hmm. And, thank you, Mappa.
Yeah.
This is really good. Yeah. Oh, Zaldric's at the 100 bits. Fun fact, Onyankapan is the name of an Ashanti sky god. Translates to the Great One. Basically, he best boy.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Very, very,
I don't think
cool.
I knew that either.
Yeah. Hold on. There's a couple bits that we missed as well.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Zaldric saying, 100 bits, I like how Peak tilts her body to give her comrades better angles. Yep. Mm-hmm. Jenny Monty with 100 bits. Just Hanji saying, talk about a reckless plan. Have you been possessed by Erwin or something? Chills. And Delki Bara with 100 bits. In the manga, when Bert transformed into Maria during Reiner flashback, it was shown a crater where the Titan was, so the wall is just that hard that it tanked the explosion.
Ah, okay.
That tracks. Okay.
Oh.
Did we miss this one too?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super Train Station, aged 100 bits. In previous Colossal Titan transformations, there was always tactical resources. Pure Titans, other warriors, Eren himself nearby that he had to make sure weren't destroyed. This time, the Colossal's only goal is mass destruction through transforming. There you go. Another decent explanation. Okay, cool. But yeah, must protect Reiner. Mm-hmm. Must protect.
Yep. Like,
yeah. Reiner needs to sleep like Erwin. I agree. He needs someone who can come around here like Levi and be like, hey, it's okay. Just rest. But then when he transforms, what kind of music is playing at this part here? I don't think there is any
for the
music.
wicked, and no good deed goes unpunished.
Oh, yeah. What is this music? Is this a new track?
I believe so. Yeah.
But the way that Eren kind of looks back with this, like, really?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because one of the things that's important to remember is that Reiner and Eren's conversation had some very interesting, like, things parallel-wise being drawn there about them being the same and stuff. And the fact that Reiner gets up to keep fighting, it's just this moment where he's like, wow. Like almost like the respect, the admiration. Just
at the same time, like, okay, I guess now I have to deal with you too.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he didn't want to, but all right, here we go.
Battle of wills now.
Yep, battle of wills, and Reiner, looking like a crystalline dying golem of some kind. Like, so, his look here is just
it's so good. All right, let me tell you. I like armor. I really like armor. I've even gone on the record to say that it's a fetish of mine.
Yes.
One of the things that kills my enjoyment of armor faster than literally anything else is when it has spikes on it.
Oh.
I hate spiked armor. I think it's awful. It's way too edgy. It's trying too hard. It's unnecessary.
But this. You're like, oh, I like this. It fits.
God damn.
It fits.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Nice. But yeah, then we get the close up.
Yep.
Oh, why can't you let me die in peace? And then ending the episode with that. And the fight's still going, like, just in general, like, the fact that we've now been through essentially, like, 2.5 episodes is kind of just 2, really. But this is like a mini arc of, like, a battle, basically. Like, when was the last time?
It's an important battle.
Right. But when was the last time we had a battle with this much at play?
Yeah, because usually it would be like, okay, a mission or an objective, like retaking Trost or something, and or the whole bit with when not Shiganshin, or when Trost was attacked the first time.
Yeah,
right?
Trost is kind of the best example of a battle arc.
Yeah, but it still
almost.
moved around location-wise and things like that. Like, it wasn't one conflict. It was, we're in a situation, how do we deal with it? And there was, even then, there was backstory and flashbacks and stuff in there.
I'm not necessarily going to look at the posters for season 4 unless Jacob deems it.
They might be okay. They might be okay, but, you know.
Reiner clung to his people close to him, and that helped him move forward. He looks even more human while Eren looks like in order to move forward. I didn't understand that sentence there.
Looks more like a demon. I think that they just meant to say that.
And looks like a demon drinking blood. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, that's another thing. Reiner, usually, it's a lot more chiseled. It's, well, mechanical, not human. It's part of the machine, right?
Sure.
But no, that's a face. That's a person's face.
Okay.
Just scaled up a bunch.
You don't have to post in all caps. It doesn't help your case anymore. But if people are saying that the poster's now spoiler free, don't worry. We've got people in the Discord that'll pass.
Yeah,
that
we'll
stuff
probably
along.
just look at them on Discord.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. Okay. Well, that's the episode, y'all. That's the whole thing.
Yep. And oh man.
Oh.
Now imagine waiting 3 months for the contents of this episode.
Don't even go there, man. That's just maddening to think about.
Yeah.
And Jacob's like, yeah, that.
It was. That's why, like, that's one of the big reasons why with Attack on Titan, I long ago just decided I'm not going to keep up with it chapter to chapter. That's no. I'm just gonna wait and then every once in a while go on a little binge, get caught up, and then do my best to put it out of my mind, let it get ahead again. And now, in April it's gonna be over.
Ah, God, that's so crazy to think about.
Yep.
Like, I still am worried just because 16 episodes is such a weird number. But like, we're at what chapter right now with where we're at in the anime?
So the Eren bursting through above freaking Willy was chapter 100.
Okay, and then you said how many chapters are there gonna be when it'll be over?
It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be 139.
That's too much, dude.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yep.
They need to do like a part 2 season 4.
The finaler season. Yeah. Or
the final part of the final season.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're not lying by saying that this is the final season.
Yeah, they did this with season 3.
It's a season 3 situation. Now that was Studio Wit.
Granted,
remember,
so might do things differently.
Maybe Mappa's going to do things differently.
Yep.
I just...
Right now we're at on chapter 136, and there's going to be 3 more.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Call Me Bionicle with a 100 bits. Anyone getting Hector versus Achille vibes between Reiner and Eren? The only hope for his civilization must fight an impossible battle against the demigod out for revenge. Ooh.
Yeah, you know that.
Ooh, that
does kind of really fit.
That kind of does fit.
Hopefully, it ends better for Reiner.
It's mythic in scale and everything here, so it's quite grand and over the top. And Eren is kind of a demigod at this point, really, having multiple titans and having a Titan god kind of inside him in a way, like just in general. But Reiner being the one that's doomed to fail just kind of gives me the oh no, like
okay. So
no.
So we are currently at chapter 104.
Currently, right now.
Yeah, so I think it might have actually been Eren breaking over Willy might have been the end of 99. Okay. And then
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we're like 2.5 chapters per episode right now.
About, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Which, doesn't line up with 9 episodes left.
No, it really doesn't.
It's like 9 episodes, like 18, 94, 20, 22, 20,
Yeah.
26. You know,
that's
like that's not 139.
That's not 139.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hey, if we got some kind of end of Ava, like movie
Super
for Attack on
episode
Titan,
or movie kind
yeah,
of
like
thing.
I would be so down for that.
I
would be.
kind of would be too.
I would love it.
Like for me, every time I think about like Attack on Titan ending as a series, my brain just kind of goes, but that's
Yeah.
not how
Well,
it's that
like-
isn't how it's supposed to be.
Django, finish it off. Yes,
Yeah,
like just the idea of being an anime fan and having Attack on Titan be over.
Right.
That's something that I haven't had to experience before. Because
You mean having a show be over?
no, Attack on Titan
Well,
specifically.
of course you haven't experienced that.
No.
Over.
Or sorry. Yeah. But
Oh, okay.
what I'm saying is that Attack on Titan started my anime journey.
Oh, I got
Right?
you.
Before that, I didn't
Right.
really consider myself an anime fan. I had watched some anime, but I wasn't really a fan of anime.
Same. Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
I'd seen a lot of Naruto. I'd seen Bleach. You know, I'd seen. I hadn't even
Note.
seen Cowboy Bebop. I'd seen Death Note, Black
I think
Lagoon.
we watched
like,
Death Note pretty early in our
Yeah.
anime careers, respectively.
Yeah. But that was basically it. So this is going to be an end of an era for me. Like, end of an era in general, like for people, because Attack on Titan, it's huge. It's been out for a long time. But, like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they said it'd all be animated. Not 100% sure who they is, though. Okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
I am sure that it would be inane for the people involved in this to be like, well, we'll animate everything up till chapter 125 or 30 or something, and then
Somewhere around there.
And then they can just read the manga for the rest of that. be like, why would you do that?
Oh, man. The riots in the streets.
like Berserk's ending is one thing for the 1997 anime. Mm-hmm. But that kind of
Hold on,
makes
don't look at
sense.
chat.
Oh, okay. Not
You
looking.
can't send personal messages to me in something that Caleb could read. You can't do that. No, I totally know that that's probably
I
where
look
it's
now?
going to end. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
But you can't just say stuff like that. If you want to do that, then like DM me on Discord or something, or you know,
Jacob is
like,
not like trying to keep these messages away from him.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to him about
Yeah.
manga stuff, go for it.
as long as it's not the very last chapter.
Oh,
It's
right,
not- as long as
right.
it's not 136. Because I stopped on 135. Which is
Gotcha.
a bit crazy. But yeah. We have to protect this boy.
Guys, you remember 2013? Mm-hmm. That was when Attack on Titan Season 1 came out.
Yep. 7.
I ain't touching the manga.
2021,
I don't
no.
want to know shit.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun getting
Yeah.
to have this show be like actually spoiler free.
Like anybody that has been able to hold off for this long, you're in the final stretch.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
you know,
Why would you do that? Like, come on, guys, come on.
favorite OVA? Maybe No Regrets. Like, I don't know. I wasn't.
That's the Levi one.
Yeah, that's the Levi one. I wasn't as big of a fan of like the OVAs in general. You know, the cooking one was fun.
The one that had the little Ymir thing was kind of.
Oh no, scratch that. Ilsa's Notebook. Yeah,
That was
because,
probably the best one.
because that was the first time we had seen a Titan actually speak. Right,
Yep.
and recognize like a person, like have intelligence. Because think about it,
That was
back
a
then,
whole thing.
yeah, because there was the whole idea of okay, Titan shifters, right?
We had
we've got
so many weird
we've got the
theories
female
about
Titan.
why like
but
people could turn into Titans.
we didn't even know that Reiner and Bertolt were the armored and colossal Titan, right? It's just that Annie is a thing, right? Okay, but then we have this regular ass Titan that comes up and starts like bowing and like speaking. What? Like that blew my mind.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. No Regrets was godly. Well, the fighting animation for the part where Levi goes ham. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of AMVs
It
were
was
made
so
off of that
crazy in
OVA.
terms of the animation that Levi doesn't even look like Levi for like the majority of the fight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you go back
I
and
haven't
look
watched
at it and
that
stuff.
one in a long time.
It's one of those ones where the animation is so good you don't really want to freeze frame it
Oh, just
because it's just
watch it.
Just let it play out full. Jenny Monty with 100 bits. Thank you for your thoughts, bros. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on and watching the stream. Scap 20 or not Scap. a cap22. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime for 14 months.
Indeed.
Caleb, how do you protect yourself from YouTube thumbnails and Twitter? Well, I don't go searching on that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
also
incognito mode where you just just search where it doesn't know that you're you.
Yep, that helps a lot. Also, there's something that I do where I just make sure that any time that the channel has a recommended thing for Attack on Titan come up, regardless of whether it's spoilery or not interested. Not interested.
Yeah, sorry, Attack on
Not
Titan
interested.
YouTubers and stuff like that. Yeah. You're probably not getting many views from us.
Right. Like, because you gotta keep that algorithm down.
Yeah. Yeah, what are your plans for April when the manga will end? How are you going to protect yourself from the wave of spoilers that will result of it? That's different answers for both of us, yeah.
The way I will protect myself is I will do a manga reading stream, hopefully, like right when the final chapter goes up.
Ah.
For Caleb, you keep doing what we've been doing?
I just keep doing what I've been doing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caleb is very familiar with incognito mode. I have no comment on that.
I have read Chapter 0. It was fun to see that that's where it started from. Like, because that's another thing to think about. Isayama was, I believe, 19 when he started Attack on Titan. Think about that. 19.
Pretty cool, huh?
Like, I was older than that when we started the channel.
Jacob, as a cultured fellow, have you witnessed the culture that is redo of Healer?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is either.
Yep.
Is that related to Attack on Titan? Is it like a fanfic or something?
Yep.
Oh, you like Attack on Titan? Here's everything. That's a spoiler.
Yeah, right,
yeah,
exactly. Got to keep that shit in check.
Oh my god. Oh, what is something's I got something in my eye.
Maybe it was.
Well, Kentaro Miura was 20. Ooh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you think this attack would have been different had Erwin been alive for this? Maybe a bit more humane approach?
Possibly.
Well,
I mean,
Erwin with the Colossal Titan, though.
I feel like we'd have to figure out what his motivations would be. Because,
yeah.
Now, granted, Eren kind of forced everyone into doing this. But, yeah. I don't know.
I would say what Erwin might do is he might do my idea. Shock and awe. And basically be like, surrender. Just like...
I did read some of the spin-off of Before the Wall. I lost interest after about 5 or 6 chapters.
Okay. What is that?
It's a...
Fanfic?
No, it's a spin-off series, like, way earlier. Like still within the walls, but basically, like, recently after everything has happened. So, it's new characters and their journey in the Attack on Titan world, basically.
Huh. Okay. So I'm guessing that guy we saw in the blimp was a conspirator. Maybe from the African group in Willie's party. Ooh.
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah. I think the whole scene with Willie's party and all the people that are there is just foreshadowing set up to show
how big the world is.
Right, but what different nations and people groups are out there and stuff. So that when we see them later, when things go into the more kind of global side of things, just in general, because there's going to be a world war that sparks from this attack. Like, just in general. It's just going to be a thing of where we go, oh, those are those people from that nation, these are those people from that group or whatever. And then, yeah, that will be kind of, it's established for it, basically. But, yeah. It's good that Erwin died as the beacon of hope and didn't turn into a Titan. He represented humanity for me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got you. But guys, it's been a hell of a time. We have ourselves just, we have our rematch of the decade.
Yep.
And I can say that now because it's 2021. Hell yeah. Paths, y'all. Rematch of the decade. Let's go.
And if there are any Tasukete moments that I'm forgetting that rival this one, let me know.
Oh.
Because so far, this one tops them all.
This one tops them all for you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining in on this podcast as we discuss Attack on Titan. We have so much fun with it. We're glad you guys enjoy it too. We're going to be doing these again next week for every episode as they come out. So be sure to check those out. Thank you all for also just bringing in apparently some really insightful comments. Jacob has been having fun going to the YouTube comment section and curating.
It's a lot of fun
for this.
Yeah.
And let us know, in general, like on Discord or just whatever, like how you like this system of how we interact with YouTube comments. Because we're thinking about ways we can evolve the channel in that.
Right, more interaction with you guys.
And Twitch is an easy kind of like, okay, we interacted in a way that made sense, but it's also a way that ultimately isn't going to bring,
it's a small fraction of the community.
Yeah, it's not going to bring everyone. It's only going to bring that small group of people that are available because of time zones or, or whatever, free time and stuff like that. But be sure to check out all of our other streams. We stream every weekday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Monday, discussion time. Tuesdays, One Piece dramatic manga readings. Those are really fun. On Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077, but I am about to be done with Cyberpunk 2077 once I've done a bunch of the side content. There's a lot of side content, though. So
do you have it planned out what you're going to do next?
No, I have not yet. We're actually talking about it a lot on the stream about like certain ideas and things like that. But then on Thursdays, you're playing.
On Thursdays, I'm doing Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah.
I've already reached the bad endings, and now we're past that. So I can't imagine that, like, because we're going up on the final dungeon, I think that this is going to be the last one, either this stream or next stream. There will be some stuff afterward for that, but basically, not much left for Persona 4, and I do have it planned what's going to be after that. Y'all are going to love it, but yeah, make sure to check those out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.
Cool.
Okay.
Cyberpunk good? Well, it depends. If you play on PC, it has the opportunity to be very good. But it's buggy as hell, unoptimized as hell, and finicky. And while the story is very good at points, it might not be worth it. So,
Gotcha.
wait a few months at minimum if you want the best experience. Better probably is a better way of saying it there, but yeah.
I will say that it is not another Persona game or Yakuza game.
Oh, the game you're playing next?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it is going to be something new.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Play Minesweeper.
Brilliant, Caleb. You can show them your gigabrain.
I would sooner play Hearthstone Battlegrounds.
That actually could potentially be.
That actually could be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
We could play like little community games or something like that.
Community games are a ton of fun. It really changes